All right.
Yes, we are live and on air. Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
we're on the faggot shit now.
Greetings, motherfuckers.
We have with us for right now, we have Cast Warfox.
What's up, faggots?
We have Mr. B.
Greetings, motherfuckers.
And hopefully later we will have the next 6 minutes. And Mentistry.
Yep.
Literally, I am going to tell you people, the title of the video is exactly what's going on. I am making purses currently. Right now I am cutting out fabric.
Cutting out the fabric of society.
Because purses sell. Because bitches always want to buy a new purse.
I'm gonna cut into the fabric of society because my dick.
And I'm not going to stop cutting out fabric tonight until I run out of this lining, which will probably be in 2 more purses.
Okay.
And then I will have to wait till tomorrow when I go to my aunt's house to get some more fabric. But I have some nice, pretty fabric here. One of the purses is going to be out of this nice, pretty fabric. Now, black background and almost blood red butterflies. Fuck yeah, some goth chick's gonna buy that.
That does sound fancy.
Goth chick.
And then I have, pretty little crayons. I got a little patriotic.
America, fuck yeah, gonna make some motherfucking purses. America, fuck yeah, you know you're a woman.
I'm gonna have somebody ghetto buy this. I know that. And then because for some damn reason people like this fabric, we have paisley.
It's nice looking. It's artistic.
I have my chili peppers.
That would actually go great for boxers if you knew how to make boxers.
I know how to make boxers, babe.
Awesome.
I also know how to make rat pants and all that good stuff. Then I have my pirate messenger bag.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Got 2 of those.
We need him for the piracy.
And then I'm going to have 2 puppy dog messenger bags. They're so cute. Right. And for music lovers, we have music. And that's all I have cut out right this moment. I'm about to cut out at least 2 more single purses. And check this out. I have a pattern for a messenger bag. And I was looking at it, and it's a box bottom bag. And it has all these extra pieces so I can put like D-rings and shit in it. And I was looking at it, and without even unfolding it, I'm looking at the instructions for it, where it tells me, which pieces I'm gonna need. And it's telling me I need this huge thing for the flap, and I'm like, I don't need that big ass thing for the flap. So I had already learned how to make my own pattern. So here's my pattern for a box bottom purse, and then I just created a flap. Jesus, Weibo's stream is going. Discord is going fucking nuts. Let's see here. Alrighty, so not gonna mess with those yet. Let's get some licensed fabrics in here. I have a shitload of unlicensed. None get you in trouble fabric. Let's see. We have Jaws. I actually am going to save this fabric because I ran into a girl at the Bodhi Tree. It's a alternative crystals, tarot cards, stuff like that store that's in our mall. And she wants to start a fundraiser for to try and stop illegal shark killing in the oceans. And so I told her I had Jaws fabric, and that I would make some small box bottom purses for her and donate them to her cause. I got some more puppy dog fabric. Let's see who is in my chat. Hey, baby brother. So, baby brother, what do you think? Should I do the Spider-Man? Should I do the Batman? Captain America? What is I'm guessing is supposed to be the Avengers. Betty Boop. I know when that one's Wonder Woman or my DC girls. Which one, since you're the only one in the fucking chat?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Where did all my people go?
Yeah, I guess Cass dropped out. I just went and did my rounds. I did ask my buddy, what's your beef, if he might be interested. He could join us for an hour or so, so he might be on. I just got a message from Six. Let me go read that real quick.
Yeah, I just got a message saying hop into the Chaos Livestream Discord, but that was earlier. Yeah. All right. My brother says go with the DC Harem. And so does Kitty Stalker. Let's see what you think, Burnside. I'll show you the options.
Do show.
We have Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazing Spider-Man. We have Captain America. The Avengers. Boop, 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 boop. Nothing but Wonder Woman. Or the DC Harem.
Damn. You've got a little bit of everything that I like. Fuck. I need to like flip a couple coins or roll a few D20s or something.
Because I'm actually saving my book fabric to make a messenger bag from. Saving this for a messenger bag.
Okay.
I have puppy dog fabric. I have Jaws fabric. But I've promised I was going to donate it to a fundraiser. I was going to make a bunch of little purses and donate it. I could make something out of one of these two, but I was trying to go for something DC.
Yeah, I'm thinking either Captain America or DC Harem.
Well, I already have two, my brother and Kitty Stalker rooting for DC Harem, and you also said DC Harem. So we're going with the DC Harem.
All right. And Six said he's going to go stuff the space real quick, and he'll be here.
Yeah, it just came through.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like I said, my phone is acting up.
I'm trying. Let's see here. Discord. There we go.
And I actually do have more My Little Pony fabric and shit, but. All right, I'm gonna make 2 out of this, so I can go ahead and use up this lining, so that when I go to my aunt's tomorrow, I can get more fucking lining. Because we buy sheets, and my uncle uses top sheets. My aunt and I don't. So usually when we go to like Goodwill or something, I'll find a nice patterned or plain colored sheet, and I'm like, okay, we're snagging this for lining for a purse or something.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to do something similar to that to fix my colors back up. Because I've been meaning to go to like a Goodwill store or somewhere and just get like some old pair of black pants so I can go and use the denim instead of getting, like a yard of it. Because I was thinking that might be more expensive than just.
What are you trying to fix? Your vest still?
Yeah. I still haven't gotten around to that.
Sweetie, I can get some torn up black jeans. And I can fix it while I'm up there in DC.
Well, I'm planning on having it fixed before I go there. Because my sewing pile's gotten a bit bigger, so if I can get like 1 or 2 pairs of pants, it might be multi-purpose. Because I gotta sew my trip pants back together again.
Yeah, I gotta sew mine back together. They got a big ass rip in the ass, but I've also got to lose some weight too.
I feel you there. I've still got my beer belly.
You don't have much of a beer belly.
Yeah, just a bit.
you have what my friend David calls a pony keg. Only his looks a little more pregnant.
Oh Lord. So he's got a proper.
Yeah, he lives on the liquid bread diet.
Nice. Greetings, Beef.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
Going all right.
How's everybody's evening going?
I am cutting out fabric for purses.
Is that superhero fabric?
Yes, it is. It is the DC harem. We have Supergirl, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Giggity,
Actually, our band, because we got a show coming up in October, we're throwing a Halloween gig, and we were deciding which superheroes we were going as, and I think our bassist decided he's going as Wonder Woman.
Oh my god!
But he's not. Cool. But he's not shaving his beard. I'm like, hey, that's fair enough, man.
Hey, down here for a while they did. They banned Ladies' Night because it was sexist.
How is that sexist?
Because women could get drinks for either half off or free, but men couldn't. So they changed it to shaved legs night.
That's fucking.
A lot of men shave their legs, the first couple times, and then they didn't do it after that because it fucking itches coming back in.
Dude, that's retarded. That's absolutely ladies' night is awesome because the fucking place is going to be packed with ladies.
Exactly.
Like that's the draw of it. That's how you get the ladies to come in, and then the dudes come in to check out the ladies and buy drinks. Everybody wins, right?
Exactly.
I just earlier I was fucking around with Bubonic earlier.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right, dude, but we found this fucking shitty scumbag from the Philippines. Like he's American, but he lives out in the fucking Philippines. And what he does is he brings fucking shitty ass gross Americans and Canadians, Westerners, right? Over there and marries them off to fucking 12-year-old girls over there. He's a fucking groomer, child fucking trafficker.
That doesn't surprise me. I've heard rumors about that being a big business over in the Philippines, actually.
Oh, dude, it's fucked. I just spent 2 days, like, listening, like, bombarding this asshole's fucking stream. You can't get a fucking straight answer out of him. He's a fucking cock. He needs a fucking bullet in a wall, man. That's what they all need, a fucking bullet in a wall.
Oh, yeah. Hey, maybe if you tell Duterte, maybe he'll go and give him a nice helicopter ride.
Bad guys. It's what we do.
Oh.
Ironic timing with that one.
Actually, y'all are gonna have to vote on one more pattern because I don't want to cut this up too much. I want to make a nice big messenger bag out of this.
All right, cool, shit.
But see, there's a thing with patterns like this one, because this is what's known as a one-way pattern, meaning I cannot cut this any different direction than the way it's facing.
Ah.
And that is a pain in the ass, especially when you're trying to do a messenger bag. Because it's hard to do the flap the right way sometimes, because it just depends on how much fabric you have left.
Right.
So usually what I do is, depending on the lining, if it's, say like I actually have a zipper for this that I'm going to use. Which is, where'd it go?
Do you machine sew your stuff, or do you sew it by hand?
I can sew by hand, but making, let's see, I have 12 purses cut out. No way in fucking hell am I hand sewing them.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable. Do you know what? I have a sewing machine too, but I do 90% of mine by hand just because I'm too fucking lazy to fucking put the bobbin in the machine because it's a pain in the ass.
Sweetie, I can show you shortcuts how to do that.
You know what? You're going to have to. You might have to, because that would be fucking awesome. Because, dude, I'm falling behind in my sewing. My darning is piling up. I just finished sewing my daughter's Charizard. That was a fucking pain in the ass. The thing's more threat. It was my son's. He's like fucking he's 19 now. And so he gave it to his little sister. And, the thing's more thread now than it is freaking original cloth. But they both love it, so you got to keep putting it back together, right?
Yeah. So I do the Pikachu hunting on community days out here. I go Pokemon hunting.
Like on the Pokemon Go, or?
Yeah, on the Pokemon Go. So a friend of mine got this for me. Dude,
that's really sweet. I like that.
I have to put AA batteries in him, and in his crotch is the on-off switch. And here on his hip is where you plug it in. But he even has a little butthole because you have to take out screws in his butthole.
You know what? At the beginning of my night, I didn't think I'd be talking about Pikachu butts. But that's okay.
But I like it. I've been wanting this for so long and so long. They actually had one where you actually plugged it into his butt and it charged like bricks and stuff like that.
No, this is good. Sorry, go ahead.
I was at the mall with a friend and I was looking around at stuff while she was looking around at other stuff for her husband. I saw Pikachu and I was like, oh my God, looky. And she's like, oh, I've seen those. They were only $10. And I showed her the price. She's like, well, why don't you get it? I'm like, because I don't have the money and I need to save the money for making purses and making wreaths. And she's like, well, do you want it? I was like, well, yeah. And so she bought it for me. I have to pay her back by like helping her move if I can. But she got me my Pikachu charger.
Oh, dude, that's really awesome, though. I like friends like that.
Oh,
my brother just hooked. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
My brother just hooked me up yesterday. He's like, so what games you playing at home? And I'm like, my PS3 is fucking in the fritz. I wore that fucker out. And then my Wii U, that's worn out. I fucking broken both because I play them both so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm not really playing anything right now. He's like, well, I got this Xbox if you want to use it. And I'm like, beautiful. So he hooked me up with that. That was really sweet. It's great when stuff like that happens.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you guys invited me on. I needed something a little bit lighthearted after the fucking pedo hunt this afternoon. It went from, I put my kids to bed at 8 o'clock this afternoon, and we went until about, well, I jumped off probably at about 11:30. Because like it gets to be a lot, man. These guys just don't get it. They think like this guy thinks he's helping these fucking kids. When
he's really not.
No, he's just fucking grooming them and then selling them off. Like it's really gross, man. And it really, like, I know it's not like, oh, I have to be there to do it, but I kind of feel like fucking if I don't step up, who is going to, right?
Exactly.
And not only that, I love the platform YouTube. I'm on it all the fucking time. And this guy's on it too. And that's how fucking other YouTubers get bad. Now it's guilt by association, right? Oh, yep. You're on that pedo platform. Well, no, we're trying to get these fuckers off of it.
Yeah. I really wasn't into YouTube or anything. And then I went and stayed with my brother, and that's all he fucking watches is YouTube.
You know what? That's all I watch too. I paid for, I don't know, probably about 5 years I paid for cable and never even plugged the cable box in. I was just paying for it, and then I'd watch YouTube. So finally I'm like, fuck it. And I stopped, I got rid of the cable and just gave in. Like, I'm a YouTube guy. That's what I enjoy watching it. I get, there's such a variety of fucking stuff on in there, and it's right at your fingertips. So how could you not choose it over cable?
Well, I still don't watch much. Actually, one of my first videos was kind of a smack back at what's his fucking name? Monday Matt.
Oh, that fucking guy.
Because he was trying to say how Magic the Gathering was created for kids, and I was like, no, it fucking wasn't. It was made for adults.
Magic too complex for children.
I said Pokemon, the card game, and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's made for kids. Magic the Gathering is not.
I started playing Magic back in the late mid-90s. I was probably frickin' in my late teens when I started playing, probably about 15. So, but back then there wasn't much. There wasn't very small kids into it though. But nowadays they try and pander everything towards kids.
But he was like, it was created for them. I'm like, no, it fucking wasn't.
No, they had other kids card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh was a more kids-based game.
Well, see, Magic the Gathering actually started in the late 90s.
Like, I got my first deck. I got it because I was babysitting my nephews. Oh, dude, you got a Hatchet Girl tattoo.
Yes, I do. I'm a juggalo.
I'm a juggalo.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. I've actually been given shit for my tattoo before. I had one girl, I was at a BDSM party, and this one girl saw my tattoo because I'm sitting there wearing my green corset and getting food to nosh on. And she's like, oh my God, you're one of those people. I'm like, one of what people? She's like, you have an ICP tattoo. I'm like, yeah. I can't stand people like you. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, my stepdad is a ICP fan and he's fucking crazy. And I was like, okay, well, that's on him. Well, yeah, don't go blaming ICP, because she's like, ICP did it. And I was like, no. ICP just says everything that we all want to say, but we're too fucking scared of society to say.
I self-identify, I guess. If I had to pick an identity, I would say, yeah, I'm a juggalo, right? But I hate the fucking whole, when you get group mentality, like they label it like the collectiveness, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an individual. Like,
yeah, my ex-husband said that if I got the Jugglet tattoo, I was owned by ICP. I was like, they can say they own me or not. I am me. I'm getting the tattoo because for me, it represents, I don't give a fuck what you people think.
See, I don't know. And I've definitely become, I think the word is disillusioned with it now. I've kind of distanced myself from the Juggalo community. Sorry.
A lot of juggalos have. Believe it or not.
I was also I bought my first album back in, I think it was 98, and that was Great Milenko. But now you got these fucking kids though, and it's more. Back then it was more of, we were all individuals, we all had our own thing, and the music is what brought us together. That was the one common thread that we all had.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was a social, like, it wasn't any type of cult of personality.
No, but now it's almost like a cult. You have these kids out there calling themselves Juggalo family kids. And I'm like, whatever happened to, real Juggalos don't want no picture. They just walk by and like, what up, ninja? That's it. And now everybody's hound dogging on their dicks like they're some kind of god. And I don't know, I can go on about it because it pisses me off so much because, first of all, they've turned what was a really cool thing into like just a straight up cash grab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're releasing the same fucking album 4 times with different covers and one different song on it, dude, you don't give a fuck about your fans. You just give a fuck about the money. Because if you gave a fuck about your fans, you'd put all those 4 different separate songs on one CD. Because, I don't know, when I was a young Juggalo, dude, I couldn't afford fucking $80 to buy all fucking 4 separate CDs. I had to save that $20 up and buy one of them. Like, I don't know.
All right, so I need y'all to vote.
Yep.
In chat too. We have the Pride Stripes. Or we have the Autism Puzzle Pieces.
I'm going to have to go with the Puzzle Pieces just for this reason right here. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, I see it.
There's one. There's one there, and I got. Sorry, and I got my other one right there. Both puzzle pieces. So that's my vote.
What would you say, Burnside?
That's a tough one because I'm for either or.
All right, let's see what the chat says. Kitty Stalker. Last thing I see is peek-a-butt. My brother said, do you have to tickle the clit to turn it on?
Oh, now we're going.
Says puzzle pieces.
Well, we're going to go into some Rule 34 shit here. So how was everybody's day today?
My day was okay. This is literally all I've been doing all day. Other than finishing up some other purses.
It's not bad.
Which, you guys chit chat. I'll be right back so I can get the purses that ended up not selling out of the car so I can show everyone what they look like.
Oh, hell yeah. Good thinking. Yeah, I'm just stuck at work again. I think I'll be working here till Sunday, maybe Monday. Hopefully I get Monday off, though. So I'll be hosting again if all goes as planned.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Nice. I ain't doing shit on Monday if you don't mind having me on again.
Oh, by all means, man.
Like, dude, I'm lucky. I get to work from home. So,
sweet.
Like, I work from home and I fucking work on the same laptop I'm streaming off of right now. So, I spend like 90% of my day when I'm not, like, doing the whole kid thing, like, staring at this cocksucker.
Nice.
Day 6. All right, so everyone says puzzle piece, so that's getting done.
All right, puzzle pieces it is then.
Yes. Especially since Burnside is torn.
Can you all hear me all right?
Yep. Hey, 6, how you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Good to see you.
All right, so here's one of the gator purses. There's 2 of these.
Ooh, I like that blue and the orange. I like the way that contrasts.
And then I have dun 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 dun.
That's nice.
Star Wars is. Sorry to cut you off in the middle of you're showing the bags, but did anybody else get fooled by that fucking Darth Maul fucking April Fool's joke?
No, I didn't pay attention to it because it was also Easter.
I am such a huge fucking geek, right? I'm right into the whole fucking nerd shit, you know, Star Wars, all that. And I saw this thing, and it's like a preview for a new series coming out on Netflix, and it's all about Darth Maul, and the production value on it was fucking huge. And here I am creaming my fucking jeans thinking, oh my God, Star Wars is going back to fucking, you know, good shit. And then, you know, you find out later, it's like, oh, April Fools, we're really not doing it. I'm like, you filthy bastard.
They did that years ago with a Zelda live action movie, and I was like, so when are they fucking bringing that out? And people are like, didn't you know it was an April Fool's thing? I was like, fuck no.
Oh, dude.
You know what they should do? If they're going to do something April Fool's, what they should do is they should have a Zelda live action furry hentai.
I would watch the shit out of that, man. I would watch it.
Yeah,
so here's another purse.
Legend of Zelda, the Triverse.
What was the pattern on the inside of that one?
Puppy prints, puppy dog paw prints.
Nice.
And then we have My Little Pony.
Sweet. My daughter would flip her lid for that one. She's a huge Little Pony fan.
And I have to re-iron on these. And then, of course, we have Sugar Skulls.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Those would be big around late October, early November.
Oh yeah,
oh, they're big now. There's people wanting them now. I had someone wanting to buy that purse today.
Yeah,
fucking sweet.
Yeah, Dia de los Muertos.
They're pretty big here in my city. You see a lot of people now walking around with freshly new fucking candy skull tattoos. That's the new thing here in my city.
No, I'm from South Texas, so I grew up with the whole thing there.
Yeah, dude, you're pretty far away. I'm all the way, well, just up in Canada, but like they've been around forever. But I'm just noticing like trends in tattoos. Like they come, they go. Like for a while, everybody was getting those fucking cardinals or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't know if there's a meaning behind those, but I was like, man, there's a lot of people with these fucking cardinal tattoos. And then lately I've been noticing a lot of frickin' candy skull tattoos. I stare at a lot of people's tattoos because I think tattoos are fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people put a lot of thought into it. And then you have these people that look like they've been attacked by kindergartners with like little ink stamps.
Dude, that's me. That's totally me. I got 5 tattoos, and I only got 2 of them done professionally. Mind you, those were back in my fucking heyday of youth, you know, out partying and, oh, my buddy's got a tattoo gun. And you're, you know, one of those things where it seems like a good idea at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's never a good idea at the time.
Actually, that's how I got the juggalette.
Well, I got my very first tattoo was my Hatchet Man. I got that one professionally done.
Hey, baby brother.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Kel.
Okay.
This and Beef. This really is my little brother. We are related to the same father.
Hey, about April Fool's pranks. Pokemon Go came from an April Fool's prank.
I remember
people
that
get pissed
too.
off.
Then they brought it out. Dude, I was so excited when they brought it out, and because like of the commercial, like the April Fool's commercial, I was like, oh, that looks really fucking dope. And I thought it was going to be like that, and I was kind of like disappointed when I first started playing. I'm like, oh, this is nothing what I thought it was going to be like. But then I got addicted like everybody else.
Yeah, I wasn't fooled by the Darth Maul one. I saw it a few days after April Fool's.
Oh, you saw it?
I didn't see all of it. I saw the start of it. It didn't look like how they would do a TV show today. Like something seemed off. I looked at the day. I was like, yeah.
It totally got me. Do you know what it is? I'm just such a big Star Wars nerd, dude.
So is my brother.
Like it got me.
Oh yeah.
Like
our father was a Star Wars and Star Trek fucking nut.
Dude, I like Star Trek too. Star Trek's freaking awesome. I think I've seen every episode of every freaking series that they've put out.
Oh yeah, I've seen every episode of Star Trek to see if there's an argument for the Star Wars versus Star Trek. And
Star Wars is better.
And, yeah,
Dude,
I mean,
I don't
every episode they lose their shields in Star Trek.
I don't see why the two universes can't coexist. You know what I mean? Because both of them take place in separate galaxies, and they never, except for when, no, even in Voyager, they stayed in the same galaxy. They just went to a different quadrant.
Yeah.
So Star Wars could take place in one galaxy. Star Trek can take place in another galaxy, and they could still all be in the same universe.
Yes and no. The thing is that Star Wars is actually set in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Long time ago.
Yeah, what it is basically like how light years work. It's like if you look at something through a telescope that's a light year away, you're looking at what it looked like a year ago.
Something like that.
Yeah, so basically what you see in Star Wars is what happened.
Light speed's more of a measure of distance. It's how far a particle of light can travel.
Yeah, light year is a measurement of distance, but the thing is that if you look at something that's a light year away through a telescope, you're seeing what it looked like a year ago because light does not change speed usually.
No, it's the universal constant, I believe.
Yeah, but even that's not constant if you involve black holes and stuff.
No, black holes, yeah. And then also there was a few ways I was watching. I watched this one video and it was like, oh, how to make light move faster than light. It was a really weird one. It was talking about how if you got a powerful enough laser and you were pointing it at the moon where you could see it and you were moving it back and forth, it would at the other end, it would actually be moving faster than it would be down here. It's kind of like an optical illusion thing. I wish I remember what video, like what channel I saw that on. I watch a lot of shit, probably Vsauce or something.
I've heard the same thing with casting a shadow on them because it's a matter of distance.
Yeah.
Because it's basically, if you were to cast a light over your thumb and you'd go left to right over the moon, you cast a shadow on the moon, but it would be larger because of the distance. Therefore, area, and being that your thumb's the size of your thumb, it'd be much bigger. So it would appear as if the shadow is moving faster than light in technicality because of how much.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I missed half what you said because you're breaking
up.
Ron-fi,
baby, Ron-fi.
God damn it.
Sounds like you're walking around your phone.
He's not. He's sitting down.
I know. That's why he sounds like it.
Yeah, the building that he's in, half of it, I think, is it built kind of like a Faraday cage, and the internet there sucks anyway, so it's like it's a double whammy.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm going to try the laptop or something.
All right.
All right.
How's your day been, Six?
Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty good. You are the second Canadian I've streamed with today.
Nice.
Yeah, I streamed with a guy named Alt Mintistry. I don't know if you know him.
Nope. I was out for probably like when I first met Burnside, I was relatively new. Like I had only been on YouTube for like my own channel for a couple of months when I first met him. So I'm actually and then I'm almost immediately, like me and him put out that video. I caught the 6 months ban from that one. Ouch. And then it's really hard to network when people are asking you to come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't. And they're like, oh, just make a new account. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that fucking hassle because I want to be known as my account, not fucking, sock account number 357.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I did a couple of streams.
What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, I did a couple of streams under my son's YouTube channel. Like I kind of confiscated it while he wasn't using it because he wasn't banned and I was. So I'm like, okay, I'll just scoop your channel and go on a few streams. But I wanted to avoid that too because his channel's like strictly about gaming.
Yeah.
And I didn't want people confusing my points of views and my opinions with his channel. So,
right.
I also I didn't want his channel catching any bans either.
You want to be your own guy.
Yeah. Well, no, I definitely don't want to associate my opinions with like he's got his own set of opinions,
Yeah, he's got his thing. You got your thing, and
yeah, like me, I personally, I love to debate and banter and politics, and he's strictly video games and cartoons and you know.
So whereabouts in Canada do you hail from? I'm
in Ontario, Southern Ontario.
So you're Irving Twin is another guy that I stream with. Mintus Tree and all three are from Ontario.
Yeah,
I think Irving's from Toronto.
I was just about to say I'm just like an hour outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
So actually, Ontario's in a rough fucking. We got an election coming up right now, and we're in a rough spot, man. Like right now,
I heard about that.
Like right now, we're paying we're average is about $1.25 right now for fucking gallon of gas, liter of gas, whichever way you want to put it. And it's going up, dude. We're expecting within the next week another 5-cent hike due to our carbon tax, which is fucking retarded. Fucking hate
carbon taxes don't accomplish anything.
No, dude, it's just a fucking money grab. Everything's a money grab. And it just goes back to the fucking rich. You know, it doesn't help the environment any. It doesn't fucking help the poor. It doesn't help the middle class.
Yeah, it's politics and money.
That's all it is. And
it's got very little to do with the environment.
And in the world
it only
stage,
pays lip service.
On the world stage, Canada's becoming nothing but a fucking joke. Like I know we weren't like fucking, you know, a super military power, but we always had a core set of things that we were known for, you know, our politeness, our syrup, our fucking beavers.
Work ethic,
because everybody loves Canadian beaver. But you know, and now we're like literally the laughing stock of the world. I feel like it's bad, dude. Like our prime minister is such a fucking joke. It's not funny. Like
he's a professional fuck up.
Well, dude, he's literally before he was a prime minister, he was a part-time fucking ski instructor and a part-time drama teacher. That's who we have running our fucking country, a fucking drama teacher.
So that's how he knows how to handle drama.
That's about it. Like he literally got elected on his daddy's name. That's about it. That's what I was about to say. His real dad's probably fucking Castro because they fucking look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do, man?
I often refer to oh gosh.
And you guys are going outside with me so I can have a cigarette.
And then while you're thinking of that, we have like where I am in Ontario, we have premiers, which would be, I think, equal to what you guys would call governors of the state.
Yeah.
So our premier runs our province, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's a lesbian. So anytime she faces any kind of fucking criticism, all of a sudden you're a fucking bigot. Like you could be criticizing her policies and it gets flipped around that you're not criticizing the policies, you're criticizing her person. Like, to tell you the truth, I don't give a fuck who you're fucking behind closed doors. What you're doing, though, is you're bending over the whole fucking province and you're fucking all of us right in the ass, and we're not appreciating it.
Yeah. People will hide behind their superficial differences.
All right.
Push their
taking
agenda.
Off the camera for a moment because y'all don't need to watch the smoke.
Deflect criticism.
Well, that's all it is deflection. It's sad to tell you the truth, man. Like, I don't know. Me personally, like, I'm not advocating for violence. I don't advocate for violence, not really. But
Holy
I think
shit.
in Canada, we
Is
definitely.
this a floor story right here?
I was just gonna say that, you know, I decided because the number one up next thing for my for videos is my Hell's Gate Bridge in Oxford, Alabama. I have 125 views on that bitch.
Nice.
I'm happy.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome.
Because the last time I looked, I only had 48 views.
Right now,
one of those views is mine.
Right now,
I watched it.
Right now, I'm kind of in a video making slump. I've stopped making political videos and actual, beef videos. I've been doing ads and stuff like that for local businesses around here. I've also been doing it for my band. I feel discouraged though, because after me and Burnside did that video and I caught the band, before that I was averaging about 450 each video, like views, roughly about 450. And now any video that I put out, I'm lucky to get 30 views.
Well, yep, you can blame Burnside.
No, I don't blame Burnside. I fucking blame
it was Canada, if anything, because the only thing is when we did this video, we weren't telling people to like literally lynch them. We're like, why don't you go over there and ask questions? We were actually trying to be civil about it. And poor Beef here got the axe for 6 months.
Yeah, I did.
Jesus.
But our video, like the one that you put on your channel and the one I put on my channel were slightly different. I actually fucking put links to their fucking actual fucking channels and addresses in my descriptions and shit. That's how they caught me with fucking harassment. Because I'm direct.
Like a bunch of nonsense.
The way that I see it, though, dude, if you want to write comments like, "Oh, that fucking 8-year-old's feet are sexy," and you want to write that in a public fucking forum, then fine, I'll make you fucking famous and tell everybody about it. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's public discourse, Even though it's on the internet, it doesn't make you immune to public scrutiny.
No, definitely not at all. I think it opens you up to it more. Like, it does. Like, if you're so fucking proud to be attracted to this fucking 8-year-old's fucking feet, let the whole fucking world know it.
Then we can feed you to the sharks.
Like, shit, yeah. I don't know. I don't hide the shit that I'm fucking into. Like, I think more people should just own it. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Whether it's something you're into, if you fucked up, just own it. Because own it and get over it, right?
Yep.
What is the word that I'm thinking of? Have a bit of fucking integrity. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, I feel you, man. That's why, like, for all my profile stuff and that I have that particular flag I've got, That's the flag of my group. That's the, general politics I got in that, I wear that with pride.
Yeah. Hey, dude, the way that I see it, like, me and you probably don't see eye to eye on a lot of issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean we can't sit down and have a civil discourse or even be friends, like, people are allowed to disagree. You can't just villainize people because you disagree with them. Unless you're a fucking pedophile, then you are a fucking villain. You deserve to be fucking vilified.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
I agree with that. That's why I'm friends with you, even though you're more left leaning, I'm more right leaning, and even with the Rebels guys in their audience, even though they range from anywhere from white nationalist to libertarian, it's still like agree to disagree. I could still get along with them for the most part, even though, some of them are some crazy motherfuckers.
That's another thing. But vilification of the alt-right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get it. If you're not out there advocating, like, I won't advocate for violence. If you're out there advocating for violence, then yeah, you should, that's a shitty idea in my opinion.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. But if you have your own belief, dude, who are we to tell somebody that they're wrong? If you dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, that's your prerogative. If you're owning it, so what? Who are we to decide that that's wrong?
Yeah, that's more or less what their general thing is. They're like, we don't like people for this or that reason, whether it's, ethnic or philosophical or political or a combination of all the three. Generally, they just want to be, left in the backwoods,
Well, I say, dude, dude, who are we to change their mind? Like, yeah, I don't mind having a debate over it, but if you don't want to change your mind, I'm not into forcing you.
Yeah, that's the reason why I wound up associating with him. Is like I talked to Mickey and that, and you know, he wasn't too bad of a guy in that. And, you know, even though he's a bit extreme, you know, him and I were, you know, were able to see eye to eye for the most part. And that it's like, I get where you guys are going, and I get the fact you guys are being scapegoated as, you know, the evil to start this whole civil war and all this nonsense and that. And, you know, if I can avoid such a conflict, you know, by all means, I'll help, you know.
Well, what I don't understand, it's I guess politically incorrect, right? To be alt-right, but it's perfectly okay. But it's perfectly okay to advocate to have like a black ethno state or a Mexican like it's okay as long as you're not advocating to have a
white essentially.
Yeah. So you know, I'm just as willing to sit down with a KKK member as I am with a Black Lives Matter member. I'm open for debate. You know, my thing is, and I don't want to fucking force you to change your mind, but if through open debate I can, you know, persuade you, that's great.
Yeah, that's more or less where I wound up getting myself situated at, because I wanted to understand both of these factions because I seen them fighting each other, and couldn't talk to the people on the left end, but people on the right end I was able to talk to. They were like, well, this is what I view, you know, this is my whole thing about it.
Well, the thing is, though, the way that I find it, when I, like, at least when I try and have an open dialogue with people, is you'll find people that are on the alt-right are actually open to sitting down and having that discussion with you. Whereas when you try and talk to somebody, say, on the left, they don't want your opinion because, first of all, I'm white, I'm male, and I like pussy. So right there, that invalidates my fucking opinion no matter what.
Yeah, they want nothing but yes men, and that's the reason why to test them so much.
Well, that's it. Like,
yeah, that and like a good chunk of them took my general politics and decided to, you know, put it in a dumpster, light it on fire, and have sex with it. And it's like, you people make my job so much more difficult with your idiocracy.
Like, I don't know. I say open dialogue is the best, because if your ideas are bad, like, I'm not advocating for the alt-right, you know what I mean? But you're going to sit down with them, you're going to hear their ideas, and you're going to go, wait, what? Sorry. You're going to go, oh, that's a bad idea, you know? And it's just going to get shot down over the course of the dialogue, right? Oh, okay, Six. Have a good one, man.
You have a good night, Six.
You guys take it easy.
Night, Six.
Good to stream with you guys.
Have a good one, man. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not advocating one way or another. I'm not saying, oh, the white way is the right way, and I'm not all for this whole, oh, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, individuals, right? And instead of counting people on the group that they're part of, why not judge people on their individual merits and ideas? And you won't ever figure out those merits or ideas unless you sit down and have a conversation with those people.
Right, and that's the thing I do like is, you know, I can at least have that discussion with them, and, you know, even though politically they kind of consider me one of their guys, my whole thing is like, all right, I get what you're doing. I don't completely agree with it, but if you guys are going to actually go with this, do it in a way that you guys won't get arrested, because that's been like my group's whole core thing. Whatever you do, don't get arrested. You know, if you're going to do something, do it within the means of the law.
The way that I see it, look, dude, if you want to pull up roots and go move into a neighborhood, just say you're going to go start your own commune where it's, you know, you only want, you know, people that are descendant from fucking Britain and fucking Norway, shit like that, white people, you know?
Yeah.
And you want to do that? Be my fucking guest, because you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's the same thing that you have you have all these people on Black Lives Matter that are, oh, we want a, you know, a black ethno state. We want to have just black schools. We want to segregate this. We want to do it because you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, that's like, actually the irony is I try and communicate this with them and they fucking hate me for it. I communicate this with the alt-right and they're like, well, that's something we might have on the table. You know, give us a well thought out theory and we'll get back to you on it. And it's like, I'd be fucking dead. That's why I kind of wound up on that end of things for the most part, and they respect me enough to a degree because it's like I'm their token moderate in a sense, because it's like I'm still an anarchist. I'm not down with the whole goose stepping thing, but if you guys want to do that, I can tell you how you can do it without getting arrested.
Well, the way that I see it, dude, if you're not physically hurting, like your feelings, fuck your fifis. If your feelings are hurt, too fucking bad for you. Go see a therapist.
Yeah, I second that, man.
but dude, if you're not physically hurting anybody, then fucking do what is it? Do what thou will is the fucking law of the land.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
As it's comically enough as both Christ and
well, dude,
the Satanist Bible, it says do what you want, just do no harm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's Crowley, right? Yeah, as comically, as Christ, the pagans, and ironically, Aleister Crowley said, yeah, do what you will, don't hurt anybody, just reap the consequences.
Actually, LaVey wrote that.
Huh?
LaVey.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, Crowley was actually into some fucking masochistic shit. He was all into hurting people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely batshit fucking crazy.
But again, like, the LaVey way of thinking, the Anton LaVey way of thinking, I've got no problem with that, man. I don't see why a Satanist and a Christian can't live beside each other and actually have barbecues and discuss their theologies with each other civilly. Like, yeah, the Christian thinks, oh, this guy's going to hell, and the Satanist just doesn't believe that there is a heaven or a hell. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have an open discourse discussion about it. You guys might find out you have more in common than you have not in common.
Yeah, I used to really advocate a lot for that, but sadly, due to how fucking militant politics have become in America, I can't really do that too much anymore because more often than not, when you run into a lot of these radical people, they're like, it's either my way or the highway, motherfucker.
Yeah, which I find you get that more on the left than you do from the right. You get that more from the left than you do from the right, and you barely. Sometimes you'll get it from centralists, people that are like, oh, well, if you're not right dead in the middle of everything, then But no, I'm definitely for open discourse. If you can talk about it, then it makes everything better. Because, like I said, if it's a really, really shitty idea, it's just going to get shot down.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm not saying you have to change your mind. You're free to fucking still believe that all you want. Just, the majority is going to think that's a bad idea and it's not going to follow through. Nobody's going to pick up on it. Whereas if it's a good idea, you're going to get followers. You're going to get people that want to come along and think along the lines that you do.
Yeah. No, I'll be back in a second. I got to go do my rounds real quick here.
Okay.
All righty, babe.
You guys want to go back to Geek Talk?
Well, actually, real quick, for anyone that ends up listening in the future, I want to say that there's been a misconception about me and Burnside.
Okay.
We're not in an official relationship. We're staying single till we meet up more to see how we click. We have to see that real life chemistry, see if it works.
Yes. Well, that's important.
Yeah, especially since right now I'm in Florida, he's in Chicago, and he doesn't want to do long distance dating. And we decided that if we click at more, if the chemistry's real, because you can get to, get along great with someone online, but in real life, you can't fucking stand them.
Oh, it's those little things when you're like spending an immense amount of times or like around people in real life. It's those little things that really, like, for all you know, you could think he's the greatest guy in the world and everything. And then you guys go out for dinner and he eats with his mouth open, and that's a fucking game changer for you right there.
Luckily, I've actually watched him eat his lunch and his breakfast and shit. He doesn't eat with his mouth open.
Well, I was just kind of using that as a example, but it's the small things like that that could be a deal breaker,
Yeah, like, luckily I know he doesn't smack, when he eats. He doesn't eat with his mouth open. He doesn't, really eat like a savage. So, that's good.
See, my last
snoring might be an issue, so I might have to get earplugs.
My last girlfriend used to complain all the time about the way that I eat, because apparently when I eat, I scrape my teeth across the fucking silverware. And she'd freak, why do you do that? And I never noticed it until she pointed it out. And now, even though we're not together and it's been a while, I still fucking notice that I do it. I scrape and I can hear it. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no, I get onto my brother about smacking when he eats.
When?
Oh, when you were first down here to visit, you were smacking when you ate, and I was like, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, you smack when you eat, so, and that's because your mom never broke you of it.
Is there a big age difference between the two of you?
10 years.
10 years.
That's
yeah, but
right.
I mean, it's not. Mom never really raised me. I mean, no one really raised me after my dad.
Yeah. Our father died so soon after that his mom cut me out of the life. But yeah, we've already decided that if we work out, the chemistry works between me and Burnside, that, you know, we're going to end up having open-ended relationship for the long distance temporarily until I can get to Chicago.
I've only been
then the open-ended closes. It's going to be monogamous.
Yeah.
That way we're not cheating on each other. We can still get laid when we want to, that sort of thing. And even now, we are transparent as fuck with each other.
Well,
like last night, I explained to him that, you know, I do have major emotions for him, and that, you know, if it doesn't work out, yes, it will hurt. But it won't hurt as much as if he were to give me some bullshit, you know, oh, well, I can't do this, blah, you know,
just
come up with a
just be truthful, right?
Exactly.
Honesty is I find honesty is usually the best answer for
everything. I told him, I was like, and you know, if that's the way it ends up happening, I probably for like a month won't sit with you, you know, talking to you late at night like I do now, you know, because it'd be kind of like a grieving process.
Well, that just kind of makes it harder, right?
Yeah, especially straight out the gate. But we really won't know until we see each other in person.
Like, one of my best friends is my daughter's mother. Like, we're not together. We haven't been together in years, but we spend, you know, quite a bit of time together. We talk when I have a problem, she's usually one of the first people I call up, and I'm like, oh, you know, I want to talk about this or that. And it actually helps to, you know, when you're honest, to frickin' build a friendship, even if the relationship part doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, he knows I want to get out of Florida anyway, so he, you know, we've even discussed even if we don't work, that way I have
does like Florida.
That way I can, you know, move somewhere, you know, without having to live with my brother, because we almost killed each other this last time.
What's the matter, Bug? You had a bad dream? You want me to come and tuck you up?
I can always be honest with Terra about anything in general.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Come on, Bug. Dad will come and tuck you up. Come here, baby.
So, Burnside, I was just clarifying our relationship.
Did he just roll out with his chair? How the hell?
No, he's sitting on his bed.
Oh, okay. I thought literally he was in like a swivel chair or something, and he just physically rolled this bastard. And I was like, wait, what?
Nah, he's on his bed. But I was just explaining, you know, trying to clarify our pseudo relationship. Oh, and I have something to show you. I got this.
I think proto relationship would be a better term than pseudo.
Well, literally, the better term would be it's complicated.
Yeah.
So, Burnside, I found this, and I decided to keep it so that I could have it when I come to Chicago.
What'd you get? Oh, that's cute. It's a Bears hat. That fucker looks pretty warm, too. Yeah, you'll probably need that. This ball's cold up here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, again.
What's so special about the Bears?
It's Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
The football team.
There's a Barbie I want to go with my collection. It's the Chicago Cubs.
For you.
Nice.
My brother just said he's not getting it for me.
I bought your entire dollar house worth. I'm not getting any more. No, fuck that entire ship's worth. It's fucking Star Trek. I bought you the entire crew.
No, you just bought me 2 crew members and Shatner.
I bought the entire away team, okay?
No, because I don't have Bones and I don't have Spock.
You are saying, man.
He says he bought me an entire away team.
Yeah, an entire away team, not the away team.
I need the away team. I need Uhura, I need Bones, and I need Spock to go with Shatner.
Well, Burnside, you know her wish list. Good luck.
But check this out, Beef. For when I go to Chicago.
Nice. The Bears. I like it. I've only been into Chicago, I think it was twice, maybe 3 times. All of them were, we had to travel up and through when we were on our way to the gathering of the Juggalos. And the very first time that we went through Chicago, we were wearing blue Blaze You Dead Homie, like jerseys, hockey jerseys. And I don't know if the bus driver was just fucking with us or if he was being like truthful. But he's like, oh, you guys got to take those jerseys off if you're leaving the bus station. He's like, they're blue. If you leave the bus station, you're probably going to get shot. Mind you, we're 3, like, this was years ago. We're 3 really young Canadian dudes at the time. So we're like shitting our pants. We're like, the fuck's going on? We're going to get shot for wearing Blaze You Dead Homie? He's like, no, it's not the band. It's the blue. I'm like, oh, fuck.
He's not wrong on that. There are a handful of gangs that go by, just, shirts and jerseys and shit like that as far as colors and that. So it's a possibility. I mean, unless you've got like a man on there, then, they probably would disregard it, but you never know. It's better to be safe than sorry.
The Crips wear the blue, the Bloods wear the red.
And Crips wear the blue.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I think that's what he was warning us about. And at the time, like I said, we were pretty young at the time. I was in my fucking early 20s. So
it's a possibility.
I'm shitting my pants here thinking, oh fuck, we're gonna get fucking shot. But we made it.
That's good.
And actually, Chicago wasn't bad. If there was one city that I fucking hate in America, I'll probably never ever go back to it. It's Cleveland. I fucking hated Cleveland going there, dude. We almost got busted. My little anecdote, we're fucking going to the gathering, right?
Yeah.
And my buddy comes up to us. There's 3 of us traveling. My buddy comes up to me. He's like, oh, can I borrow $20 off you? I'm like, yeah, no problem, whatever. I'm thinking, we're at a bus stop. What's he fucking doing? Gonna go buy fucking hot dogs or something? 10 minutes later, I'm not even joking. He comes running up. He's like, oh, there was this guy outside of the bus station selling hash, and I bought it off him. Right away in my head, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, right? Yeah. Not even joking, dude. A couple minutes later, we get a security guard coming up to us. Oh, I'd like to check your guys' bags. I'm like, I don't fucking think so. He's like, well, if you're going to ride our buses, then you have to let us you have to let us check your bags. I'm like, no, because I knew my buddy just bought the fucking hash. I'm like, it's not happening. Like, talk about major scam. The guy out front would sell fucking retards like us the fucking hash. The security guard would come and nab us, then probably give the guy back the hash, and then he'd resell it to the next set of retards coming by.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
So that happened. And then there was another Cleveland incident. I really can't I don't want to talk about it online. Maybe if we're in a private Discord, I'll fucking tell you guys about it later. But we almost got in shit again in Cleveland. So now I fucking just stay the hell away. I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Shit. The CPD used to do narc shit like that and to get a couple people that were dealers and stuff, and they wisened up to it. That don't work too much anymore over here. Because pretty much every dealer knows each other, more or less.
See, up here, actually, we're pretty lucky up here. We don't have, like, right now in our city, we have a really bad fucking opiate and fentanyl problem. But other than that, like, I kind of lucked out. Our city's not all that bad, the one that I live in.
That's good.
Like, this year has been pretty rough. This year we've had, I know we talked about this before and you guys were like, oh, 18 ain't nothing. But we had 18 fucking shootings in our city. And we've gone like, dude, I'm fucking 38 years old. And in all the other 37 fucking years that I've been alive, I could probably think of maybe 4 or 5 shootings that's happened in those whole fucking 37 years. So 18 is a big number for us, you know? Like, it's just unbelievable. It's all these fucking young kids. They don't know how to fucking, like, if you're gonna have
they're unfucking disciplined. You know, they're a bunch of young little crack babies.
Dude, if you're gonna have if you're gonna have a beef with somebody and you can't talk about it, like if you really, really have to bring it to violence, dude, I don't know why it can't be like the old days and you just go out behind the fucking shed and the two of you throw fisticuffs. Yeah, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, that's how we used to solve stuff. That's, you know, that's also the reason why I like the old group I fell into, because they used to be greasers back in the day, and that's how they took care of shit.
Well, that's like,
they just beat the hell out of each other.
That's the way, dude. Back in the frickin' 80s when I was in grade school, and the 90s when I was in high school, man, that's the way it would work. And 90% of the times, the dudes that you ended up fist fighting with, you'd either go out and have a beer with later, or you'd just be like, you know, oh, fuck, you know, that was it. The beef was over. You know, you punch each other in the face a few times, and then you walk away to your respective groups.
What I liked was when I was in middle school, we actually had some kids causing problems in our home ec class. So my teacher, she's like, okay, y'all want to be like that? Fine. We're going to duel it out, but not the way you think. Because, you know, she was about anti-violence, which, you know, I kind of liked her on that point. I actually couldn't stand this teacher because she was a fucking idiot. So she took us into like this hallway and had us do yo mama jokes.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh.
And she had all of us do it, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And they're like, why? I was like, because I will make him cry. Because it was me he was fucking with.
I like that approach, though.
Like, and that's not that bad of an idea.
No, it's not. And they're like, well, that's the point. You know, make him leave you alone. I was like, I have an easier way to make him leave me alone. And they're like, what's that? And I was like, I'll kick him in the nuts. It's just easier than making him, you know, cry like a little bitch.
Yeah.
You know, at least then he has a reason to cry.
Dude,
because I had actually seen his mom.
Kicking somebody in the nuts is a great way to detour somebody from doing something. That's for fucking sure.
And my teacher's like, no, say what you're going to say. And I looked at him because they had already done the whole, you know, because they'd seen my mom before. And of course, they're picking on her because of her size. Mind you, she gained weight because she quit doing drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, you know, if you look at what, you know, Axl Rose looks like now, you know, he gained a lot of weight because he quit doing all the fucking drugs. So she's like, no, I say it. I want you to do it. I want you to make him cry. And I'm like, fine.
Bad guys. This is what we do.
I look at him, I go, your mama is so black that when night falls, she has to smile to be seen.
Unless she's got those geisha teeth.
And he looks at me, and that didn't quite make him cry, and that wasn't the one that was going to make him cry. And so he comes back with another, your mama's so fat. I'm like, okay, you want to keep on with mama so fat? All right. I finally looked at him, and I knew he was religious. I knew his mama was religious because I'd seen him around town. I was like, yo mama's so fat that when God said, "Let there be light," he said, "Bitch, get the fuck out the way." Yep, he cried.
Did he drop
The
in the
only thing
ocean
I
to
got
cause the flood
reprimanded for
too?
was for saying fuck. What was that, baby bro?
Did he drop her in the ocean to cause the flood too?
That was my next one if the first one didn't make him cry. So, yeah, he left me alone after that.
So you guys got any big plans for this weekend?
I actually have a craft fair I'm going to. It's actually a church fundraiser. And for $10, I get to have a booth. So I'm taking this table, my sewing machine, all this stuff with me. And I'm selling purses and these wreaths.
That church is going to need an exorcism.
No, I'm not going to be inside. I'm outside.
The churchyard is going to need an exorcism.
It's also a school, and I've already been inside of it.
That's all right.
And baby brother, I've stuck my hands in holy water, and I didn't, burn, so I'm fine.
How about you, Burnside? What's your big plans for this weekend?
Work.
Oh, he's on mute.
Yeah, he's doing his round.
Yeah, I forgot that he left here.
He's working.
Yeah. For me, we got on Saturday here in the city, in the whole fucking city, it's vinyl day. So any record stores that sell vinyl and shit, usually it's a good time to go out and get fucking really sweet deals on vinyls.
I want to get some vinyls because I actually have been given a record, an old stereo that actually has an adapter for an 8-track tape, has 2 cassette players, speakers, and a turntable on top.
That's pretty awesome.
It's vintage.
I've only got a couple of vinyls, not too many, but the 2 best ones that I have a copy of Pink Floyd The Wall, but the dust cover, like the case for it, it's a mistake case. So the wordings Pink Floyd The Wall are actually printed upside down, where all the song lists are upside right. And then last summer, I actually scored, thanks to my fucking drunken fighting neighbors. They live right in the alleyway right across from me, and I could hear them. They were screaming, yelling at each other, and the girlfriend's freaking out. You love these records more than you love me, and she's freaking out. And she took this record and tossed it out the fucking door, and it landed in my garden. So I went out and I checked it out. It's an actual freaking Queen album that's freaking signed.
I would have been like, mine now.
Oh, yeah, I did. I took it. I'm like, I'm going to keep this. There's no way I'm giving this back.
Was it signed by Freddie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a keeper.
It's got the whole band signed on it. That's why I kept it. I actually got it framed. I went out and got it framed. But I'm like,
I actually have a T-shirt that's signed by Gretchen Wilson. And I have another one that's signed by Voltaire, the Gothic folk singer.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I got to meet both of them. Voltaire is really sweet. Gretchen, when she gets drunk, she's kind of a bitch.
See, I found with musicians, it's almost like a 50-50. I used to work security. So I lucked out, got to meet a lot of bands and stuff through the job. And like certain bands, like I don't know if you've ever heard of them because they're pretty big up here in Canada. They're called the Tragically Hip.
No, I haven't heard of them.
They're up here in Canada. They're almost like a national treasure. Actually, their lead singer died this year. It was pretty sad. But like up here, they're like pretty big rock band. Like they're known all across the country. They're like a national treasure. I got to sit down with them once while I was working, and eat lunch with them. And their lead singer, Gord Downey, he was more interested in asking me questions. Oh, what's it like being a security guard? Like, he was just a really down to earth dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another time, I was working at Sunrise Records, like same security company, but they were doing a autograph session for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
No, they're fucking pricks.
Oh, really?
They are some of the my shit don't stink fucking, like when they left, like they did the whole lineup, did the whole autograph section for, you know, the fans, stuff like that. And most bands will, you know, after the fans are gone, they'll do a quick one for the security staff and the store staff, right?
Yeah.
They wanted nothing to do with it. They piled right into their fucking van and took off right away. Except they left their guitarist there, right?
Ah.
The little Asian guy, I forget his name. But he got on the phone and he's freaking out. And these were his literal words. I'll never fucking forget it, dude. He's like, "You left me here with these fucking peons."
Oh,
and I'm like, dude, these are your fans. These are guys that made you rich, that buy your albums, and you're gonna call them fucking peons? What the fuck is wrong with you? After that, dude, like, I'll have to admit, I still like Smashing Pumpkins music. It's good music. But I lost all respect for him as an artist after that. I was like, you know, like you got your
heroes.
Yeah, like he had his head shoved so far up his own ass, man.
Yeah, I wanted to meet this cosplay queen, Yaya Han. I wanted to meet her so bad because she's the one that got me into really wanting to do cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she shits all over cosplayers.
Yeah,
because everyone is competition.
Really?
Yep, I have a friend that met her. And I told him about it, and he's like, "She's a bitch." I was like, "Really?" By the way, hi, Dune Slayer. He's like, "Yeah, if you were to go up to her and tell her that, you know, she's the reason why you cosplay, she'll look at you, no matter how well made your costume is, she'll look at you and say, you look like shit.
Guys, this is what we do.
And, you know, tell you you should never do cosplay again."
That's horrid. That's really, really horrid.
He actually listened to her say this to someone.
Like, that's horrid. You shouldn't shit on somebody's dreams, man. You know? Like,
So I went from idolizing her, except I still buy her patterns when, you know, there's something new that I don't have that I actually want. So I went from idolizing her to Ivy Doomkitty. She's a cosplayer and she's plus size like I am.
mm-hmm.
And she did this awesome Wonder Woman outfit where she gave it a skirt and everything. And there were still some people on her Facebook that were like, "You're too fat to be doing this, blah, blah, blah." And I commented, I said, "Ignore those dumb fuckers because they aren't worth your fucking time." I said, "You have given me strength to actually do cosplay." And I asked her if she was going to be at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and unfortunately she wasn't. But I went and I met this other cosplayer by the name of Nerd Bunny. And she did a Spider-Gwen costume, the white costume.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You know what are you?" You know, she's like, "I can tell it's steampunk because you got all the gears and everything." I was like, "I'm steampunk Lolita." She's like, "What's it from?" I was like, "Nowhere. I just decided I was going to do steampunk Lolita." And I'm like, "It's not as nicely made as your costume." She's like, "No, but you can tell you worked really hard on it, and I love it."
See, that's awesome. Like,
and I was literally dabbing at my eyes. She's like, "Don't cry." I'm like, "No, you don't understand. This is my first cosplay ever, and that felt really good."
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. See, I like people like that. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, like I said earlier, I don't really give a fuck about people's feelings when it comes to political discord and shit like that. But when it comes to like, you know, hobbies, you know, shit like that, man, you really shouldn't shit on people. You know, there's no reason. There's no reason for it. Like if you're in the ring of a public opinion and you're talking about politics and shit like that, that's a whole different story. You know. But if you're just if you're coming down on somebody just because you think you're better than they are, that's bullshit, dude. Because nobody is better than anybody else when it comes down to it. We're all just fucking human beings.
Yep. Yeah,
Matter of fact,
the cosplay stuff.
I will show my cosplay.
Nice. Yeah, my mom used to help me out with making costumes and stuff. Because I always had fun going and stuff. Because I like just fucking around and having fun with it. I got to go to 2 different conventions. It was fun shit. Just run around your costume you make in that. Whether it's your own thing or a character you're going as in that. And just have fun, man. I mean, I dig the fact that some people can make like a career out of it because it's good that you can make a career out of something you fucking love that much. But, stepping on people is bullshit, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, shit. Like I haven't been able to afford to go to any of those in like years. I've been wanting to do shit like that for fucking decades. I'm getting into my fucking 30s, and it's like, yay, now I can finally afford to go do some of this fun shit. Because either some of these places aren't around anymore as far as like the whole nightclubs and stuff I used to go to, and that, or B, like the conventions and that, they're just outrageously expensive. Or like C, here and there, if I can go to some stuff like that, it's like you got those fucking those crass ass motherfuckers that are shitting on people, or you got this, a handful of those politicrats that are just infiltrating in there, just trying to make a mess out of it. And it's like, no, you fuckers need to let people have their fucking fun,
Okay, so here is where I met Voltaire.
Oh crap.
I'll present myself real quick. There's Voltaire, there's me, and there's my friend Atarwin.
That's cool shit, man.
It was very, very smoky in there. That's why the resolution is so bad. But I was in a red corset. I had on, I was all decked out, and I was in the first fucking row. So let's see here. Let's see here.
Not sure if trolling or just stupid. I like that.
Oh, I love this one. I'm only going to leave it up for a second, so look quickly.
We'll call that one The Exorcist.
I love
the jackhammer Jesus.
Oh, that's a great pun. Oh, God, I love shit like that. That's funny.
All right. Here is where I stuck my hand in holy water at a Catholic church.
Oh, Harvey, shit.
So I know I'm not gonna, catch fire at a church.
Nice.
I actually have pictures of the inside of the church.
Cool. Yeah, that's an old medieval rumor thing, as far as all the witches are gonna burn in hell and all that nonsense.
It's what we do.
I just use it as a joke. I didn't think she was literally going to be harmed by it.
I love this meme with Morticia, and yet, despite the look on my face, you're still talking. All right, here's my first cosplay.
Okay.
I made this entire thing. I just decorated the hat and I bought the boots.
Yeah, see, it looks like you put some work into it. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Good shit, man.
Then I have my second cosplay I did, which was a lot better, but nowhere near as in-depth made as that. Come on. I have a lot of shit in my Google Photos. Oh, I'm down. Today's forecast, gaming with a chance of drinking.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
Here's me and my girlfriend with Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's
well, you actually look pretty good.
Well, she's the purple fairy, and I gave her wings for that, but she got tired of wearing them. We have been dating since 4th grade.
Nice.
And there I am with a female version of Hellboy.
That's actually pretty neat.
Oh, and I got this while I was there. This will tell you how much I love Harley Quinn.
Oh my God.
It's signed.
That just reminded me, speaking of fucking cosplays, have you guys seen the fucking pictures for the new fucking live action Teen Titans that are coming out?
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah, they're fucking terrible.
Dude, they're fucking...
Starfire looks like she patrols a street corner.
Dude, they're all horrible. They're all fucking horrible costumes.
Boy. Oh, you guys want to see a picture of my baby brother when he was little?
Fuck you.
Sure.
There he is, right there. Right there. There. I wish I could blot her face out. I hate her. There's our baby sister.
Aww.
There's our daddy.
Cool.
That's
my daddy wanted a family photo. That was the last family sibling photo with the 3 siblings in it until last year.
Nice.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. If I don't go and let my cat out, he's gonna wake the kids up with his constant meowing. Okay. I'll be right back.
All right, it's all good. I gotta go do my rounds anyways. I'll be back.
I'm trying to get past the photos of you, baby brother.
Well, it's not like they'll know it's me.
Here we go.
Been playing Far Cry 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't play Far Cry, so you know that. All right, so check this out, Beef.
All right, I'm back.
Beef, here's me as Regina from Once Upon a Time.
Nice. You put all your costumes together yourself?
Yeah. The shirt and the pants I bought. That's the same hat from the last cosplay. I just decorated it differently. And I made the jacket.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that.
And I even tied my hair to the side. I had all sorts of there we go. There's a better look. I took the time on this fucking fabric to take these little tiny heat set rhinestones and put them in the center of every single spider web.
That's really cool. That's a lot of work to put in.
This dialect was at the Comic-Con, because we have a Swamp Con here, and it's free.
I wonder what the Teen Titans villains are going to look like in the show.
Let's see.
The main characters are that bad.
Oh, dude, I
mean, we had a plus size Velma.
Velma's my favorite from Scooby-Doo.
Mine too. And we had an ice fairy. That was a good cosplay. The female version of what's his name from
Finn.
Adventure Time.
That's Finn. I fucking loved.
It's a female version. It's the female one.
Fiona.
Yeah.
I love Adventure Time. I thought that was a great cartoon.
My brother should know this one.
Which one? Video's kind of delayed.
It's
Oh, I looked on my phone. It's Kakashi Hatake.
Yeah. And then we have Sailor Neptune.
Dude,
Lord
I just
Hokage.
I just got 4 old frickin' Sailor Moon comics. They're fucking sweet as hell.
And we have the Butler from Black Butler. I think his name was Sebastian.
My friend would love that one. She's huge into Black Butler. I haven't seen it.
We've got Grell. Me with Kakashi.
Ooh, fun.
I have a professional photo. This is me in the costume contest. I didn't win, but hey, it's all good.
Nice.
This one here, she won first place because there's actual moss on her dress. She was the medieval Poison Ivy.
That's fucking cool.
That looked like a really cool Borg outfit too.
Oh yeah, she had flashing lights and everything. She won, I think it was 3rd place.
Did she have a laser?
That's pretty neat.
Either 2nd or 3rd. Let's see. But I have a professional photo done of me in my cosplay in here somewhere. Ah, here it is.
He's on the medication again. I like that one.
There we go.
Oh, damn.
Oh, see, that one you can really see the rhinestones on it, eh?
Nice.
Yeah. And my aunt had this apple and it actually had a crack in the side. So I took my poison green nail polish and put drips on it so that it was like a poison apple.
That's really good. That's pretty sweet.
God damn. You fucking kicked ass at that.
And I have fake nails. I trimmed them down, but I didn't like paint them or anything. I decided not to. And they kept coming off. So I was glad I didn't paint them. Because in my opinion, they looked a little more natural, like real nails. And I did my makeup. I even on a mole that I have on my face, I did a dot with some black eyeliner so that I had the beauty mark. Let's see. Oh, here's the Phoenix tattoo I'm going to get tattooed because I asked a friend to draw it for me.
That's pretty
badass looking.
And he's let me steal and use these as avatar or profile pictures on Facebook. Like he's got this, gothic punk My Little Pony. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Not bad. Not bad.
And one of my favorites is the Rainbow Bright. I love it.
That's cool because that's like the old school Rainbow Bright.
It's not too bad, man. Not too bad at all.
Let's see here. Yeah, these are all memes I grabbed from when I was doing a lot of political debating.
Nice. Real this shit just got. I like that one.
I like where these things show where the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't have under God in it. even in 1939 Looney Tunes episode, Old Glory. Because people say, "Oh, it's always had Under God in it." No, it doesn't.
That's news to me.
No, it didn't have Under God until the Red Scare.
Ah.
Yeah, it was meant as a big fuck you to atheist Russia.
Yeah. Okay, so
they put
I
in
also
God
do
trust on our currency for the same reason too.
Yeah. I also decorate wigs. Like I had this wig, and my friend's daughter wanted to be Chibi Moon for Halloween, and she already had the costume. Cute. And I had this wig. It's a child-sized wig. I thought it would fit my head, but it really didn't. So I cleaned it up because I'm trying to make it look like this.
Ah.
I cleaned it up, trimmed the tails on the end. Otherwise, it would have been dragging on the floor for that little girl. And as you can see on the buns, I'm trying to puff them up to be kind of pointed. That's after brushing it for like 2 hours with a spray bottle and conditioner mixed in with water.
Damn. Now that's what I call dedication.
Oh, I love this one.
Nice.
Okay, so this is after I finally curled the tails and the tendrils, and I trimmed the bangs a bit. I decided, okay, that's it. I'm done. Now I needed to do these decorations on the hair.
Right.
So I got some clear rhinestones, and I took a red magic marker and I colored them.
Ah, nice impromptu.
And then I had these big sequin things that I cut out. First, I trimmed them just right and put them behind these, behind the rhinestones. And I took some hair clips I already had and took the flowers off and used them to put in place. And then I took some more of those sequins. As you can see, the big plain rhinestones in the background. I took those sequins and I got some cheap pearls, fake pearls, and I created those little flares on the hair with the pearls. And there's the wig.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Wow. Damn. Damn, woman, just damn. You did really fucking good.
So a compare again, that's the wig. This is what I wanted.
Yeah,
pretty
well.
It. Nailed that one.
And I can actually say, nailed it.
Yup.
All right, here's some purses I made beforehand. They've already been sold. This is when I was first figuring it out. I didn't do too bad. I used nothing but zigzag stitch on them.
Nice.
There's the side of the bag. And then there's a bunch. My gecko decided she wanted to be in on the sewing, so.
Aw, lizard.
Yeah, that's Kakarot.
That's
and there's
cute.
the purse.
Goku.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. Here's another purse that I made, just like the same way as the other one.
I like that butterfly fabric. That looks really nice.
And there's a close-up. And then we have... Oh, there's Kakarot again.
Goku.
I thought the pink and green went well together.
Yeah. I like green. I think green and pink go well together too.
Let's see. I have another picture of a wig I did. All right, so I had bought this wig at an after Halloween sale. And you can see how bare it was up underneath. You could see through it. So I started adding hair. I taught myself how to alter wigs. And this is how it looks now.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Damn.
I like the plaid in the ears. That's pretty cool.
My brother bought those for me. He bought me the Neko Mimis and got me the ear covers I wanted. And I put tongue bars into the ears so I could have studs in the ears.
Oh, cool.
There's the recipe on how to make, I think it was, like bacon bit things.
Mm.
I love this meme. This is one of my favorites here.
I have 3 pets altogether. I got my cat, Rex Manning. I have my daughter has a turtle named Shelly. And then my other daughter has a ball python named Diamond Sparkle.
This is a good meme too. Practice your spells in the mirror, he says. What a dick.
She turned me into a newt. But I got better.
Oh, so you're checking on me. That's sweet. But you should check on your tarantula too.
Oh.
Oh, here's my black Christmas tree. That year I decided to decorate it in flowers and butterflies.
For bad guys. It's what we do.
Nice.
And there it is lit up.
That's pretty sweet. This year I kind of cheaped out. I had my stepdad works in a like a box factory, and they did a promotion for M&Ms, and he came home with this cardboard, 6-foot tall cardboard M&M Christmas tree. So I'm like, oh, are you going to use that? He's like, no, not really. So I'm like, do you mind if I do? He's like, yeah, sure. So I cheaped out and used the cheap cardboard M&M Christmas tree this year.
Oh, so this is one of the collectible Barbies I got, Burnside. I haven't looked to see how much she's worth. She is known as Curvy Barbie.
Ah. It's interesting. She looks very modern.
If this is for you, Burnside, this is so you, and I think I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I'm downloading it to send it to you.
I'm going to chill with you guys, have one more smoke, and then I got to head to bed because down up where I am, it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 2:25 here. I'm getting ready to call the stream in just a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get up with the kids in the morning, take them to school.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to hang out and have smoke with you guys before I take off.
Here's the 1962 Midge I got for $3.
Nice. Just need to get clothes for it.
I already got clothes for it. I purposely showed this because they don't do this on the Barbie anymore. They don't put embossed or raised tag on them anymore. That's how you can tell how old the Barbie is.
Oh, nice.
I cleaned her up, and I was looking at getting that, but that ended up selling.
That sucks.
But now she wears a shot glass on her head until I can get her into a stand. She wears a shot glass to keep her hair in place. Because now her hair looks like she just came out the box.
Oh, nice.
Dude, my bass player for my band, he had the whole set of the original Ninja Turtle lineup toys.
Mm-hmm.
He went up to his mom's to go and get them for his son, like just recently.
And she had sold them all.
No, they all got fucked up because of water damage.
Oh,
like the toys themselves were just fine.
The boxes,
plastic, but the box, like they were all still in
they're
box.
depreciated in value. So pretty much he can look how much it would be in the box, what it's worth on eBay. If he goes and does the search, make sure he puts highest price first.
It's
like, just the best way to tell. Well, I do collecting of Barbies, so this is how I know how much my dolls are worth.
He just wanted to give them to his son, you know what I mean? Because it's his first son that he ever had. His mom had bought them for him, and he never ever opened them ever when he was a kid. So he's like, "Oh, I got all these things. I'm gonna give them to my son." He went up to go and get them, and boom, all fucking water damaged. It broke my heart because I'm like, I fucking love Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, oh, that's a shitty fucking deal, dude.
This is my Beanie Boo collection. It's actually been added to. There's Sushi. There's Esmeralda.
Dude, we have the fox with the pink eyes. We have that one. That one's my daughter's. We also have...
His name is Todd. I have Taco in the back. It's the Chihuahua with the purple ears. The rainbow one is LGBT.
That was the next one I was going to point out. My other daughter's got that one too.
I've got my pig. I named Wilbur. The frog is Kermit. Over here is my wolf. I named it Balto.
For bad guys, is what we do.
Let's see here. What else do we have? There's a better look at them. Then there's the ones on top. I have 2 lemurs. Then I have some others up here. I have the pug one. I named him Pugsley. Wrong one. Wrong way. And over here we have the zebra. Right here, the one I'm pointing at is Rhonda the raccoon because it's the pink and purple raccoon. And I have the bobcat. I named it Tough because it has tufts of hair on its ears. And here's Muffy, the beaver.
Every time I hear that name, I think of the mouse from today's special.
And I have Clubber, the seal.
That's an awesome name for a seal.
I have Caesar. I named him Caesar. From Planet of the Apes. Horrible pictures of me.
She gave it a blue vest and named it DeRay.
No, its name is Caesar. Took pictures of a bunch of purses I wanted to duplicate. Oh, so my prized possession of anything I've made other than my cosplay costumes is my Walking Dead purse.
That's really dope.
I love this purse. It turned out so well. What are you laughing at?
Oh, a funny moment in a game I'm playing.
Oh, so this guy in Daytona sets up this car, and you can take pictures outside the car for free. And it's a stormtrooper police officer.
Holy shit! That is fucking cool! Oh, I got back just in time for the fun shit.
So I'm taking pictures of him. See, he's got a sheriff's officer badge, and he got a donut in his hand. My aunt paid $10 for me to get into the car so I could take pictures with him.
So cool.
Gotta admit, that's a cute picture.
That's some neat shit, man. That is awesome.
And I did the like handcuff me sign.
For bad guys, it's what we do.
You're the droid he was looking for?
No, I was not the droid he was looking for. And while we were at like the mall out in Daytona, I molested Deadpool and Harley Quinn.
Nice.
So take a look. And there we go. There's Harley Quinn.
That is some neat shit.
I wasn't trying to jump anywhere, damn it. Did I tell you to jump? No, I didn't tell you to fucking jump. Come back. I went too far up. Way too far up. Way too far up. I already went past that. Oh yeah, for people watching, I also made my own Halloween costume.
For bad guys, it's what we do.
I already had the shirt. This tie isn't exactly a tie. It is actually a dog collar that works out because it has pink and white skulls on it. But I made the schoolgirl skirt.
For bad guys, it's what we do.
And I can tell you right now, pleats are a fucking bitch. I just had something go across my screen that I might actually get banned for.
Yeah, I just saw that. Some not safe for work content.
Uh-oh. Well, shit happens.
It flew by pretty quick.
Yeah. That's after
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna fly by again.
I'm sure you could just.
Was I lucky to not be looking at the time?
Yes, you were lucky to not be looking. What's your beef can tell you it's not exactly your thing.
No, probably not.
Don't worry. I'm sure if we put the effort into it, you could go back and edit the video and then re-upload it.
Yeah,
Easy enough to
I'm
do.
not putting that much effort into it.
Yeah, that was like a half of a second flyby. You would have had to have been quick to catch it.
Mm.
It might even slip right by the algorithms and shit.
Hopefully.
If not,
Yeah.
It's not like I was trying to sit there with it.
no.
Yeah. YouTube's getting to be a real motherfucker with that shit nowadays, man. I mean, even with the fucking Pakistan videos, my mentor and I have been doing for shits and giggles. You know, they've been giving us copyright strikes for using fucking music, even though we're giving credit.
Oh, dude, I catch copyright strikes on fucking everything I do. I don't even bother.
These are some of the fabrics I'm trying to get people to give me money for on Patreon, so that I can get this kick-ass fabric.
Nice.
Here's a Doctor Who. Pokemon.
Yeah, that one's cool. I love Pokemon.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's a kick-ass looking one.
Another Wonder Woman. Another Wonder Woman. We got Black Widow.
Nice.
Zelda. What are these called, baby
those
brother?
Those are porgs.
Porgs.
What called? Yeah, porgs.
And there's an R2-D2 mixed up in there.
Yeah.
I see it.
That's funny.
I found
Waldo.
Oh,
I see it.
And then there's Star Trek fabric, so I can make some Star Trek purses.
Nice.
And I, want to get some of this Disney fabric because it's hard to find this shit.
See, you would love the neighborhood that I live in. I literally live in like what my city calls the fabric district. The main street, like the main street that runs off of my street, has probably about fucking more than a dozen fucking fabric stores.
Yeah, our main store is you either have Joann's or Hobby Lobby, and I personally don't spend money in Hobby Lobby. Everybody else I go with does.
Here we've got so many, like, but then again, it is like in the main little, we have a little picnic area in the middle of the main street. It's called Ottawa Street, right? We literally have like I don't know what it's called, like like the dummies that you would wrap it around to. We have like a giant marble statue of one of those sitting there.
Wow.
Like literally I live in what is called the fabric district.
See, I want to get this fabric, but it's like $20 a yard.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Damn.
And I really want to get this Zelda fabric that's back here.
Well, I regret to inform you that given the socio-political direction that Disney's gone as a corporation, that fabric will probably get more expensive as time goes on.
But see, I want to get this Zelda fabric. Look at it.
I like that.
It's actually kind of cool. It's like stained glass fabric.
Yeah. I want to get this Barbie fabric because Barbie sells.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little bookworm fabric. It's got books in a bookworm.
I like that because I'm an avid reader.
And, music. And these are zombie pinup dolls.
No way. That's actually a cool concept.
Yeah, I want to turn.
Necrophilia?
I don't know, but they're kind of hot. And then, of course, I want to make some shamrock purses.
Ew.
Nice.
So that's why I have the Patreon, is so I can get those fabrics. Oh, and something else I made myself is most of this outfit. I didn't make the corset. I already own the corset. But I made the oversides that's made out of suede. I made my aunt did the very edging on the top, but I made the rest of it and the skirt.
That's nice. It looks like a Renaissance fair.
It is. It's for the Hogtown Medieval Fair. And then we took a duvet, took it apart, put two clear shower curtains into it, and then sewed it back together.
Nice.
I really like that. That's a really nice costume. That one looked really good.
I still love showing this to Burnside. I'm I'm gonna get you a shirt just like that, love.
It's fucking hysterical.
Would you wear the shirt if I were to have one made?
Every now and again, yes, just for the shits and giggles.
Oh, and I made this painted up this gun, this airsoft gun for the Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and they told me I couldn't have it, no projectiles whatsoever. Yet there was a Green Arrow and an Arsenal guy there, both with arrows and bows. Other people had guns and shit, but they told me I couldn't.
But were they assault bows?
No.
Sorry, I was just being a dick with the whole assault
bows. That's a good one.
They weren't automatic or anything, were they?
But the guy was so glad that they were more than willing to pose for me when I went to take their picture, because I actually called the guy in red Arsenal, because he's like, oh my God, so many people keep calling me Robin. I was like, no, you're Arsenal. So they did a pose for me.
That's cool.
I also made this. This is actually a purse. This thing. It ended up being a purse. I gave it to my friend AJ, and she uses it for her Magic the Gathering purse.
Nice.
Nice.
This is the purse that I taught myself how to applique with. And of course, got to end this thing with the 15-foot, 800-pound alligator that was caught in the Okeechobee.
Is that a real fucking alligator, man?
Yes, it is.
Yep, that's a real gator.
Fuck, man, your gators are almost as big as our mooses.
This one was eating cattle.
Cool.
Dude, that's a dinosaur. That's a motherfucking dinosaur.
Yeah, is that fucking awesome or what, dude?
Like, dude, that's one thing that I'm glad I live in Canada. Like, we don't have shit like that. The worst we have to worry about is bears.
And Tyrannosauruses.
Like.
I do have one funny question for you, because I always give Terra shit for this all the time. Right? Do you guys have a problem in Canada where your people tend to do copious amounts of drugs and try and molest the mooses, bears?
The first half of that, yes. Most Canadians do use copious amounts of drugs. But the molestation of the mooses and bears, believe it or not, the moose are more fucking dangerous than the bears are.
Wow.
Like, dude, most people
think even the deer are more dangerous.
Dude, most people don't believe it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, a bear will rip your fucking face off. But the moose, when you go up north, you'll get moose that, like, you wouldn't believe the size of them. They're fucking gigantic, dude. Like, they reach fucking gargantuan sizes. It's scary as shit. And they're aggressive, too.
Damn.
So, yeah, I don't know who I'd pick a fight with more, a fucking moose or a bear, because a bear would swipe your face off. But a moose, just one kick from those fucking hooves would cave your whole head right in. They're huge. But luckily, dude, I'm further south than some of the states are. Like, some states are higher north than where I am situated. So I luck out that way. It would take us probably about 4 hours driving up north to start seeing some of that shit. The worst we get here where I am, dude, we get coyotes and shit like that. But yeah,
our buddy Irv gets a lot of coyotes and that. But I just figured it'd be funny just to ask, if out of curiosity, people had a habit of doing drugs and trying to have sex with deadly animals.
No, dude. Mostly what we have a problem with is, like, people drinking and then, like, molesting the Canadian beaver.
There you go, Burnside. Look in your Discord.
Let me see. What do I have here? Yeah, I'm saving that.
You seem like one of those guys that I could, sit and watch the movie Ted with.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen Ted.
Oh, it is hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't watched it myself either.
Oh, we're gonna have to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to put Peer Block on your laptop, and we'll download it.
Awesome. That'll work. Because yeah, I'm hoping if all goes as planned for more, I'll use 3 of my paid days off for the whole weekend there. I'm trying to get
because we got to do something when we're taking a break from fornicating like mad, right?
Yeah, between fornicating and interviews and fighting off the Antifa-lings and etc.
Of course, I'm sure my brother didn't want to hear the thing about fornicating.
Yeah, he was.
He knew what he was signing up for by hopping on here.
I was gonna say he's probably game and missed it.
What, baby brother?
Was it listening?
Yeah.
Let me go do my real quick again.
You guys twisted my rubber arm. I'm gonna stay on for one more smoke.
Awesome.
I'm having fun. I'm glad you guys invited me on tonight because, again, like doing that stuff with bubonic earlier, like it really gets to you, man. And having something lighthearted afterwards, it'll help fucking going to sleep. Fucking jumping. Oh, go ahead.
What part of the Philippines is he in? Malawi?
No, dude, the guy lives over in the Philippines, right? And
yeah, Malawi is an island in the Philippines. A lot of Muslims are there.
Oh, I'm not sure. We didn't
ISIS actually held that city for a few months.
We didn't even get that far. Like, Buddy is so like he's fucked up. Like, he's sitting there and he's literally talking about, yeah, we pick up these girls and we feed them French fries and stuff because they're starving, and then we groom them and we got to find out if they're virgins. And then Buddy's got like literally like on YouTube and on Facebook, because I found a Facebook site for him too, of course. He's got like Filipino dating sites, but these are young girls, man. Like, they're not even women. They're not even like fucking, like they're girls, man. They're little girls, and it's gross. Like, that's wrong. Like,
if you report him to Facebook, they will get rid of his page.
Oh, do you know what, dude? I'm not much of a report.
So will they ask if you want to see
shit
it?
Like that, dude? I already did. I already reported it. I don't give a fuck. Most things I will let go. You know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, I don't give a fuck if you're a racist. That's your own priority, your prerogative. Sorry. Shit like that, I'll let go. But when it comes to little kids, you just can't let that shit slide, man. But I was happy that you guys invited me on because then, it's a lot more lighthearted. It's a nice way to end the night instead of ending it on fucking pedo bashing.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to take a break from it for a couple of days because Friday, tomorrow, ain't got really much to do. Saturday is vinyl and band practice day. Sorry.
Have you heard about Omnipolitics?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I fucking heard about that fucking whack job. That guy's another fucked up one.
He's dead.
What?
He offed himself.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I have no fucking pity, man. I have zero fucking pity for that guy. I'm sorry, but fuck him. You shouldn't fuck with kids, man. Because you just shouldn't. They're little fucking kids.
The 12 range.
They got this new one that they're hunting down. Not hunting down, but they've been fucking with, his name is Ross something. He's a fucking other one. They just found out he's working in a fucking school and shit out in California. It's really fucked up. Do you know what? Up here, it's not even better. Because up here, we just had a fucking judge that's trying to get the fucking age of consent lowered and making it a misdemeanor if you're married to a fucking, if you're in a child marriage. They're doing it all for these fucking
Muslims.
I'm using air quotes here, refugees that are coming over.
Oh, I've got a better term for you. Refugee hottest.
Like, no, do you know what it is, dude? It's a fucking they're using our own political system, I feel, against us. You know what I mean? Because you keep bringing more and more people over that don't have the same core values as the majority of the civilization, and then those core values are going to shift, and then they won't even have to use war to get us out. They'll just vote us out. What are we going to do? That's why I'm saying up here, things have got to change in Canada. Like, we need some kind of fucking revolution going on. I'm not calling for a violent revolution, but we need some kind of change, because we definitely live in a fucking time of taxation without representation.
Yeah, and you're also being criminalized as a people overall, just for having your own opinions.
Oh, dude,
you guys are literally the state of social justice.
Oh, you're not even over exaggerating. It's really, really bad right now. This is just an example, dude. My daughter came out of school a couple of weeks ago, and I almost freaked out, because she comes out of the school and she's like, I'm a Chinese dragon. I'm a Chinese dragon. And I'm thinking that, because they teach that smart school shit up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought they were fucking trying, and she's only in kindergarten. And I thought they were applying that shit to her. No, they were just talking about the fucking
Chinese zodiac.
Yeah. But it threw me off at first. You know what I mean? To me, you're at a school, you're there to learn reading, writing, arithmetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Learn geography. Teaching kids about sexuality, shit like that. That's a parent's job. If you're a real parent, man, you suck it up. If you feel embarrassed, too fucking bad. You fucking deal with it. You learn a way to speak to your own children and teach them. You shouldn't be letting strangers, teachers, teach them this shit.
You shouldn't let a school or the state overall take over that role for you, because then they'll do whatever the hell they want.
No, I've got no problem with my kids going to school and learning math and science, geography, fucking all that kind of shit. You want to take a woodworking course? Go for it. But or even basic sexual ed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't mind that. But when you're teaching my kid that, gender is fluid. No, it's not, because there's no fucking hard scientific facts backing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you're teaching my kids not a fact. You're teaching my kids ideologies. You know? And I don't agree with that. That's something that should come within the family, you know? Or even, in my personal opinion, you should keep your own stuff as much as you can to yourself and kind of let them learn on their own and guide them along the way.
Well, I will say that I am somewhat gender fluid. I'm mostly female, but there are some days where I feel like a guy, and you can usually tell by the way I dress.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think a school should be teaching that.
Hell no. No.
That's what I mean.
If the kid goes up to the teacher after, everything and says, what's this, what's that, I think the teachers should say, ask your parents. If the parents won't give an answer and the kid goes back to the teacher, then, it's okay.
No, that's acceptable, but I don't think it should be made a part of up here, they're starting to push it as part of the actual curriculum.
No.
Which is wrong. You know what? I think you can be whatever you want to be when you're old enough to decide that's what you are.
I will put in the effort for it.
I don't think you should be taught it. You know what I mean? No, that's basic stuff you should learn from your family. You know? That's just the way that I feel about it. I don't condone anybody for being what they are or how they feel or what they want to be. But I don't want you, I don't want the schools teaching that to my kids, Let them learn the world on their own without having an ideology placed in their head to begin with. That's all.
I agree with that, man. This indoctrination shit's got to go. The Common Core. Yeah, the indoctrination and the Common Core nonsense has got to go, because it's taking away education and substituting it with
ideologies.
Yeah, that's ideology. Because
Like-
they're looking for puppets. And that's the problem. That's why things are the way they are now, is because the family has been taken away and it's been replaced with the state. And when the state has too much power, it's going to do whatever it damn well pleases.
You know, I have friends. I have a female friend. She identifies as a dude. I have absolutely no problem calling her a him, because that's what I guess now that's what he would want, right? Yeah. I've got absolutely no problem with that at all. But they're not one of those militant ones. Oh, because dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost 40 years old. Like, I still mess up. I call him hun all the, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
dude, you got a big old set of titties. I'm gonna call you hun. It happens. It's just a triggering in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless they walk around with a name tag that says I am he, she, quad gender, trans-dimensional, born swapzer, you know, then you're gonna have no idea what the fuck they are.
I've got no problem with it. If you're really cool with it and you're like, you know, politely like, hey man, no, like I'm a dude, would you please call me he? Yeah, I've got no problem with that. Mm-hmm. But it's when you get those people that start freaking out, you know, I'm not a girl, I'm a guy, you're an asshole, you're a bigot. No, I'm not a bigot, man. I'm just old. I'm older. Yeah. You know, it's new. So give me a little bit to get used to it. Like, I'm not condoning you, just, you know, you got
a lawsuit if you fuck that up. That's a bunch of bullshit.
But I think it comes to a respect thing. If you're respectful about it, I'll be respectful back, you know?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. You know, that's relatively universal. These young punks don't give a damn about it. They just want control. And more often than not, when you give them control, they destroy shit because they don't know what they're doing. They're young, they're uneducated, they don't have a lot of experience. So,
like, you know, a dog, they go chasing cars.
Bad guys. This is what we do.
Like I said, I don't know. Every individual person can be who the fuck they want to be. That's the whole point of being an adult, right?
Yep.
That's the whole point of being an individual. We're all individuals. We're not fucking some lump sum fucking group think fucking majority.
Yeah, we're not a hive mind.
Yeah, you know? Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
We are not the Borg.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not the Borg. Yeah.
But it's when you try and force things, you know what I mean? Things will come naturally. Like my friend I was just talking about, like, it came naturally. You know what I mean? She's like, look, you know, she's like, look, I'm a dude. Like, I'm like I knew she was a lesbian. Like, she was in a relationship with another woman. That's fine. But she's like, look, I would like to transition. I'd like to be a guy. I've got no problem with that, because she was like, I'm not saying, oh, you have to bow down and be fucking respectful, but you're not trying to force it. You're not trying to cram it down people's throats. You're just being yourself, and people will treat you with respect when you act like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so long as they want to put the bill for it, I got no problem with it. It's just, you know, you want to do it, you know, freedom.
And my problem with the school, again, is I just don't like the schools doing it. I think schools should be learned for scientific facts, mathematical facts, geological facts.
Yeah, the schools are there for general education, not in form of, you know, cause. You know, they're not supposed to have any general bias in anything. Like this whole thing where they want to rewrite history because shit happened. It goes, yeah. Back then, there were primitive people compared to now. You can't say, "Oh, well, this
never happened."
Oh, something or other,
dude. No. Once you're in high school, once you've reached a certain age and you're in high school, you have a pretty good idea of who you are and who you want to be in life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's set in stone, but you have a pretty good, you have a pretty good sense of self-identity, right?
Yeah.
Before that, you're so
open.
Yeah, like, dude, you're like, let them grow up a little bit. Let them just be themselves before you start introducing them to these concepts.
Yeah, because a lot of this shit is dangerous. Not just, from the aspect of, sociopolitical fanaticism, But if people go through with some of these radical changes that they want, it could also have, all sorts of health defects and stuff, or mental defects.
Dude, it's not only that. Like, if you look at the statistical facts, people that do transition, people that have sexual dimorphia, I think that's what they call it nowadays.
Yeah.
Even people that do transition, it doesn't alleviate the mental health problems that usually come with it, which is the stress, the anxiety, the depression, things like that.
Yeah,
even
a lot of these people wind up committing suicide, and everyone wants to push, the trans this and trans that. And it's like, are you fucking handing out rainbow nooses or some shit? Because seriously, that's what the fuck it is. We want to change people for cause, and your cause is going to have the effect of more or less a soft genocide on these people, because the people who can't, muscle it, they're going to wind up hanging themselves or worse. Because that's the exact fucking thing, and it's like. For people who say you care a whole fuck of a lot, they really don't seem to be fucking giving two shits,
Look, dude, the way that I see it, I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you have in between your legs. If you want to wear a pair of pants to school, wear a fucking pair of pants. If you want to wear a dress to school, wear a fucking dress. But it still shouldn't be taught. Like, do you know what? If Jimmy wants to wear a dress, let Jimmy wear a fucking dress. That's his prerogative, right?
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be the teachers going, well, it's a scientific fact that gender is fluid. Well, no, because there's no
it's
empirical data is what I'm talking about. Like, once you've hit a certain age, you know who you are and what you want to be, which is fine, and you should be accepted for that. But let these kids decide on their own without planting ideas in their head. Like, I don't know. It's really.
I feel you, dude. That's the same reason why I'm so pissed off at just the radical left wing people, is because they're a bunch of two-faced lying sons of bitches, and they're literally destroying everything I hold dear, and they're making a mockery of most of my efforts. It's like, look, I want to be fucking civilized. I want to get shit done I want to do, and with the things I want to enjoy, I'd like to have spaces where I could do that. Doesn't mean I want to do a left-wing, fucking communist Lebensschau. It just means, I'd like it so that people can have different businesses and stuff without needing to kowtow to your commie fucking bullshit, or whatever political, tyranny they're wanting to impose on other people,
Dude, I say to each their own. What you do, what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think the government should have a hand in it, and the schools are run by the government. Like, the government should stay out. The government should stay out of people's pants. The government should stay out of bathrooms. The government should stay out of fucking people's bedrooms. Like,
I agree with that completely. The government should not be running fucking schools on a lot of shit, because then there winds up being trouble that occurs from it.
In my opinion, dude, the government should be worried about collecting its taxes so it could build the infrastructure that people need.
Yeah.
That's the government's role. The government's role is to keep foreign invaders from ruining the life that we have. That's the role of our government.
Yeah.
Not deciding where me and my kids are going to take a piss. Not deciding that, liberal ideologies are what should be taught in school. No, you should be teaching my kid 2 + 2 = 4. You know?
I agree with that. If you're going to have government, then it needs to worry about stopping banditry and invasion and maintaining infrastructure. It should be the general contractor. Like, okay, I have X amount of tax dollars, and I need this and this and this done. Who would like that? Who would like to work to get the job done? That's what the role of government should be if there's going to be government. Because if it's not doing that, then there's no point in having it, because then it becomes tyrannical. Yeah, and only the craziest sons of bitches want to live under anything tyrannical.
I'm not a person that thinks, oh, we shouldn't have a government. I think most societies need a government.
Yes.
But I think I think our governments, like both the states, Canada, a lot of governments have gotten too big for their own fucking britches.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, at what point does, you know, being a private citizen and being owned by, like, where does me being my own individual and then being owned by the government, where does one begin and the other end?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When that line starts to blur, that's like when shit gets scary.
You know,
like,
I understand that, you know, we need to pay taxes. That's what paves our roads. That's what pays for the public school system so my kids can learn 2+2. You know, that's why my snow gets like plowed off the roads in the winter. I understand all that. That's why I know that's necessary. But there's certain parts like teaching kids sexuality, teaching things like that. That should be stuff that's taken care of at home, not out in the public arena.
Yeah, shit like that should be handled on a private basis. You know, that the government should have jack all to do with it because that's your family. You know, that's not the government's family because the government's an organization. It's not an actual living, breathing person.
Like when it comes to sexual ed in the schools, I think it should go as far as if you stick a penis in a vagina, you'll get it pregnant. This is what a menstrual cycle is.
Definitely go further than my school.
Yeah, what you had in your school.
Like that's what I had when I was like when I
was a video on smoking
and a pamphlet on deodorant.
Yeah, like when I was growing up, when I was in school, we started sex ed in grade 6, and it was
Mine was 5th grade.
Ours was grade 6 because that's our what we consider middle school up here. I guess what you guys would call junior high.
In the southern states, it's middle school. When it gets northern and westward, it becomes junior high.
Yeah, see up here we have like just regular school, like, you know, that's kindergarten through 5. Then you have middle school, which is 6 through 8, and then high school, which is 9 to OAC. And I don't even know if they do OACs anymore.
What's OAC?
That would be grade 13. That's if you're going to apply for university. Because up here, if you're going to apply for college, then a grade 12 is good enough. But if you're going to apply for university, you need more than a grade 12. And that's where the OAC would come in. But then again, you also have to remember, I'm 38 years old. It's been almost 20 years since I've been in high school. So that might have changed a bit. But that's the basics of where it goes. But, you know, I don't mind in grade 6. You know, you learn the basics, you know, how to you know, clean yourself, you know, you're going through changes, puberty, that's fine. Learning about, you know, pregnancies and how it really happens. Not, you know, there's no stork that's bringing a fucking baby. You stick a penis in a vagina, a baby pops out. That I understand. Girls need to learn about their menstrual cycles. That I can understand. But if it goes anything beyond that, that's a little bit too much for me. It's like some of these things that you read in pamphlets are teaching kids about fucking anal sex and fucking shit like that. Like, maybe you shouldn't be teaching kids that kind. I don't know. Things are a lot different than when I was, because we didn't also have like the internet with fucking Pornhub and shit like that when I was a kid on everybody's pocket. You know, cell phones were hard to come by back then. And, you know,
I
back
didn't have
then,
a cell phone until I was 21.
Dude, I still don't even carry a cell phone, and I'm almost 40.
I didn't have a smartphone until I was
probably without my cell phone.
Maybe 23.
I don't know. There just has to be some kind of line drawn in the sand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't condemn anybody for being who they are. I just don't like when the fucking government steps in and says, well, you have to do this or you have to do that. You have to accept this way of thinking or you're wrong. You're having wrong think. No, that to me, that's a little messed up. Wow,
Sounds like a plane trying to start up.
Dude, we went from some really lighthearted shit into some deep philosophical fucking conversations there real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just the way that I feel, and I think everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and that one was mine, right?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Although in most U.S. states, they're not teaching the whole binary thing. As a matter of fact, for the most part, it's, you know, if I were to have a kid and my kid said, let's say it's a boy, and the kid looks at me and goes, Mom, I'm a girl. We're like, okay, you want to dress like a girl? Fine. I'll let them go to school, even at a young age, dressed like a girl if that's what they want to do. Yeah, but unlike some of these parents that are like, oh, my child is 3 and says he's a girl, so we're going to put him on hormone blockers.
No, that's child abuse.
That shit drives me up a fucking wall when people do that shit.
Look,
Burnside, let's say you and I had a baby boy and he told us he's a girl and wants to dress like a girl going to school. You cool with him doing that until he figures out, oh, I'm a boy?
I'll let him wear a skirt. I mean, poor boy's gonna realize that he might get picked on for it, though. But if he thinks he's a girl, wants to wear a skirt, sure. I'll give him a pink kilt.
Dude, to me, I think that's perfectly acceptable. If you have a boy that wants to wear a skirt to school, right? Let him. But the thing is, he has to understand that there's going to be consequences for that. There's going to be people out there that won't accept that, you know, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with it. There's no fucking safe space. There's no hug box.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? If this is something that you really want to do, then you have to fucking, like, I'm not saying, oh, go jump on fucking, definitely don't go jump on hormone shit. That's fucked up. But you also have to learn how to have a really thick fucking skin.
Yeah, you have to own up to it, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a young boy or guy in general, and you decide you want to dress around as a gal, you got to deal with the repercussions of doing so. Some people be all right with it, others won't.
Exactly. You know? Exactly, dude.
You know,
you have to teach the thing is, you shouldn't be coddling these fucking kids. You have to teach them how to deal with criticism and how to deal with it with your mind instead of fucking either crying or
getting violence.
Yeah. Instead of resorting to violence, use your mind. Outthink these people.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that I got really good at as a general education when I was younger, because I used to have trouble with bullying. And, you know, I found my ways around it. I got a better way of dealing with it. These punk kids nowadays, though, whenever they get bullied, they decide that they're going to, you know, take it out in the town, or they're going to have a childish conniption fit. They'll throw garbage cans all over the place and light them on fire and have sex with them. That's like, that is not acceptable. If you're going to do that, it's to be my foot, your ass, son.
Sorry, dude. You know what I think that's from? I think that's from a whole fucking generation of kids that have never been put over their fucking parents' knee and felt the belt.
Yes.
Damn straight. Damn fucking straight. That's why I'm a firm believer in discipline.
Fucking right, dude. You know what? These little, go sit in timeout and think about what you did. Do you know what? If you accidentally, it's all about fucking the proper response for the proper action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If your kid's mouthing you off, I don't have to listen to you. Go to your fucking room. You know what I mean? Your kid brings a fucking knife to school, then you're definitely going over my fucking knee and you're going to fucking feel my hand across your ass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's an appropriate response for their actions. And then that way they learn that there's consequences for your actions. Because you think when you get older, dude, somebody's going to go, oh, no, you're going to have to just go on a timeout and think about what you did. No, you're going to go to jail, and you're probably going to have a big dude fucking making you his bitch.
Yep.
You know, these are the consequences. And these kids don't think there is consequences because they grew up in a consequence-free freaking environment.
Yeah, and that's reflective upon their politics and what it is they're doing, and that's why I detest them so much. It's like you people are so upset about what's going on. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction, and these people exist because you have made it so. By your desire to make literally whatever it is they're trying to do a literal authoritarian coddle zone.
Like,
A lot of people are going, "You're out of your mind," and I don't like it.
dude,
And they're naturally going against such a thing.
Dude, I have 4 kids, 2 little kids, like, kindergarten age kids, but I have 2 adult age kids. And I can count on one hand how many times I've had to put them over my knee and spank their butts. But you know what? They grew up, they're respectful to people. They both have jobs. My daughter lives on her own with her boyfriend. She's, doing great with her life. And that's because in my opinion, they were raised properly. They learned that for the actions that you have, there's consequences. And it I don't know. It just.
I know, it's absolutely maddening. This is why I get along with people that are your age and older, is because most of the people my age are out of their fucking mind. And, I just talk to them rationally like how I talk to you, and you look at me like a fucking villain, which is why I just, like how my avatar is, that's normally how I dress. I actually own the hat. I wear that all the time, Instead of a leather jacket like that, though, I got my duster right here, which needs to be sewed, and I just walk around looking like the maniacal bastard I am.
Duster.
See, except for the live streams, dude, I usually use avatars on the internet. I don't it's not because I want to hide. I just think it's fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's one of the reasons why, like, when we did our videos, like, dude, please use that clown and cheeseburger, because that looks fucking awesome.
Like, I fucking love doing shit like that because it's fun. Like, I'm not fucking, this is me. This is who I am. These are my opinions. If you don't like it, then don't listen to the streams I'm on. Don't watch my fucking videos, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Or you can go in the comment section and go, no, I disagree with you, and I'll have that conversation with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I firmly agree with that. That's why, regrettably, every time I do my videos, and originally when, my alt-right buddies were like, all right, we're going to have the show, we're going to do it, I went, okay, one thing we got to do. Long, big, fucking disclaimer. And I'd slap that onto everything because, regrettably, that's one of those things you have to, because everyone's like, you shouldn't exist because reasons, feelings. And it's like.
See, I think I'm kind of internet sheltered because, dude, I've luckily, knock on fucking wood, you know what I mean? I haven't been even with what some people consider my far out opinions, I haven't been bombarded with fucking bullshit. The worst I've got on mine is, your shit sucks, please stop.
Yeah.
No. So I guess
I've heard a good chunk of the internet shit too. Like only like the groups I've been a part of have ever gotten shit. Like the only time I've ever gotten any consequence like that was literally when I went to that Trump rally last year in DC, and one of the Antifa ladies was like trying to get up on stage to eat my liver.
Oh, dude,
Fake anarchist.
Dude, we have Antifa here in my city, and it's a pretty small group. There's probably about 30 of them at the most, and they went up one of our main streets probably about a month ago, and they smashed all the fucking mom and pop stores, all that kind of shit. But do you think they smashed the Starbucks that's there on the corner?
Of course not, because they love Starbucks.
Yeah, they had to go there and get their fucking frappuccinos after they crawled out of their mom's basement in the morning.
Yeah.
But in response to it, it was, and I think this is kind of sickening too, but in response to it, a bunch of fucking, we don't know who did it, but they went to their clubhouse and totally wrecked their fucking clubhouse. Which is wrong. Don't do that. Like, you can't make you can't make a right with two wrongs.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I'm more so a believer in that to a degree. Like, if somebody wrecks your stuff, you should get even. But I'd argue more so, instead of wrecking, their headquarters just be like, you know, all right, we're gonna file suit. We know this is where you guys have your hangout. We know this is where your group is. You know, pack your crap and leave. And if you don't leave, then there will be consequences, whether it be legal, vigilante, or whatever. You know, depending on how extreme it gets. You should try to not be as radical as they are, so that it doesn't cause excessive escalation. Because that's a problem that happens with this shit, is it winds up being an escalation of force.
Like, you know what, we had them marching up and down our streets for a while, and I had no problem with it. You want to march up and down the streets and wave your flags and fucking do that kind of shit, go for it. It's when you start destruction of other people's property, man, that's when you got to have the fucking, you know, the hammer's got to come down on you, so to speak. You know, you can't do that, especially since, like, I don't know where it is how it is where you guys are, but right now here it's so hard to get like your own, unless you're a big brand or you're a franchise. It's hard to get a fucking business up off the ground.
The whole state of Illinois is like that, with all their excessive taxation and permit laws and shit like that. That's why a good portion of the like nightclubs and stuff I used to go to closed down, is because business in the city of Chicago and in general, for the most part, unless you're in the suburbs of Illinois, was not practical for them. You know, because it's like, look, we can't keep paying this outrageous rent and property taxes for a fucking shoebox.
Well, dude, it's not only that. Like, you're starting a small business here. Like, right here in Ontario where I live, they just jacked minimum wage up to $15 an hour. Right? And they're doing it, because we want to help the working poor. Well, jacking the minimum wage up isn't going to help the working poor for a multitude of reasons. You know, first of all, it puts you in a different tax bracket here in Ontario, so you're paying more for taxes. And then second of all, the cost of everything around you, the cost of living goes up. So you're not making any more, you know, you're really not making any more money. All it turned out is the government's getting more in taxes.
Yeah, that's
their goal.
So you have a small business. Like, I'm trying to start my own promotional business. You know what I mean? And I told you earlier that I have a Halloween gig coming up. Well, I have to hire 4 security guards to work the door and to watch the equipment. Now, I can't afford to pay 4 security guards $15 an hour for that whole fucking show. Then I'm gonna make zero profit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So I'm reduced to hiring family members, shit like that, you know. So I can understand why it's hard for a small business to come up, and then you have people like that come in and smash up the fucking business. Like, no, why didn't you go?
That's why, you know, whenever I roadie for my buddy's band, I bring my my kite shield and shit, because a few times, you know, we actually had some nutbags who tried to leap up on stage and shit, and, you know, start fucking around, and it's like, no, we can't. You know, you can't do that.
No, like, I don't know. People just people don't care. That's what, like, I don't say you have to care about absolutely everything, but a little bit doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? You have to understand that, you know,
a little bit of civility goes a long way, and that's the problem.
You. That's what I'm trying to get out, is the civility of it. Like, we're all human beings. Let's try and act like it.
Yeah, that's what drives me up the wall, is they'll constantly talk about, well, they should be civil, they should respect us for this, they should respect for that, and then they completely do a 180 and they hammer time on everybody else. And it's like, you can't just demand all these great things of some people and then do no change yourself. No. You know, there has to be, you know, a trade. You know, if you're going to ask this of somebody, you should do something equivalent to them. You know, it's that alchemic trade deal, you know.
Dude, it's always been that you scratch my back, I'll scratch your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can't expect everybody to fucking hand everything to you in life. You know, sometimes you have to go out and you have to do that shitty fucking job that you don't like. You know, that's just part of life. That's the world we live in.
Now, man. You know, I don't like it too much, but it pays the bills, and until I can get, you know, something better, it does for now. Same thing when I was at the fucking dollar store for the whole time I was like,
for me,
paid the bills.
For me, I lucked out, you know what I mean? Like, I'm able to work with musicians and local bands, shit like that, to do stuff that I enjoy, to make money that way, right?
Nice.
Like I lucked out that way, but like, dude, it wasn't always like that. Like I had to work at Tim Hortons for years. Tim Hortons is a local coffee shop. I don't know if you guys probably wouldn't know it. It's kind of like Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Oh, okie dokie.
It's like the Canadian. It's the Canadian Dunkin' Donuts. So like,
fun.
I had to grind my ass off there for fucking years. I worked at that place for 8 fucking years, and then I also had to have a side job as a security guard just to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you got to do that kind of shit. That's just the society we live in, and then eventually. You know, if you play your cards right and you do what you got to do, you can wind up doing something that you love.
Yeah, that's what these people don't get. It's
they want everything handed to them on a fucking silver platter without putting in the shit work.
Yeah, if you want to eat, you've got to work. It's as simple as that, and that's why I'm so furious with these motherfuckers all the time. You know. They've literally taken a good portion of the shit that I've held dear and they've shit on it. You know, and it's like,
well, they have no respect for anybody else or anybody else's beliefs or anybody else. It's their ideology, their beliefs, or you're fucked. Get lost, right?
Yeah.
Like they can't even extend the common courtesy to try to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just because you have a different way of thinking than they do, automatically you're demonized. It feels like they have to have an enemy to fight.
Yeah.
You know,
that's how they perceive everything to be. And that's, you know, because of that, now I have more or less, you know, become allied with whom they would consider an enemy. And even I'm at odds with them. And it's like, you know, but at least unlike them, you know, these ultra right wing guys are at least like, we don't completely like all of your stuff, but we can at least make a barter and, you know, and agree to disagree. And it's like, it's fucking perplexingly ironic that, you know, these people, these fascist motherfuckers, they perceive to be villains are more diplomatic and agreeable and civil than they themselves are. And it's like, this is a major malfunction that naturally should not exist, but because everything's so upside down, it is. It's insane.
If you listen right now to what the alt-right is even saying, they're saying we don't even have to do anything because of the way that the left acts. It's pushing people towards the right because the left has gone so fucking far left. Like, it is so far left now that whoever was in the central, like people like me, who is like pretty much a centrist, we're deemed right. We're deemed on the right side of the fucking political scale, even though myself, I would say I'm more close to the middle. Maybe even a little bit more left leaning than some.
Yeah.
You know, like I would consider myself like a classic liberal before the term liberal got took over by like the SJW movement.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a classical liberal where I believe, like, dude, I grew up in a free healthcare society, so I totally believe in that. Like it works up here if it's done properly, right? So, you know, like the right wingers that are not right wingers, the conservatives that are like, well, if you break your arm, you should have to pay for it. See, I won't go for that because, like, I didn't grow up in that kind of society. I grew up where if you break your arm, you take yourself to the hospital, you get it fixed, you walk out, no bill.
Yeah, because your bill essentially is your taxes. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah,
well, that's why we pay 40. Like, I don't mind. Like, for something like that, I don't mind paying 42% of my fucking income to tax because I know if I get hurt, I can, you know, walk into a hospital and get fixed.
Yeah.
Right? Like that I can agree with. But
we,
you know,
almost did something workable like that in Chicago. We had county care, which it was essentially like small scale. It was a small scale version of what you guys have up there for your medical system. And then after Obamacare came in, it wrecked the whole thing. So it's like,
I didn't quite get it because things are different up here. You know what I mean? But that Obamacare thing, that forced you guys to buy insurance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. You have to either A, pay for insurance that most places will not take because we don't even know what we're doing, or B, pay an outrageous amount of taxation so that we can use your taxation to hope that we can get this unclusterfucked. And they haven't unclusterfucked it. You know,
see that
they just hamstring business to pay for some form of insurance, which is made the insurance corporations just like something equivalent to what you'd see in your 80s post-apocalyptic comic books. You know, we have all this money because of government and stuff and things, and it's like, this isn't working too well, you know?
See, up here, it's not like we have universal health care up here, but it's to a point. Like, it only goes to a certain extent. You know what I mean? It doesn't cover all prescriptions. Like, just as an example, like I openly admit I have mental health issues, right? And certain medications, if I want to take those medications, I have to pay out of the pocket for them. Like, they're just not covered by the Medicare. But if I say I'm in an accident at work and half my body gets burnt, I can go to the hospital and get that fixed for free. You know?
Yeah. That's pretty nifty. Like, I'm normally like not for social programs, socialism, whatever the hell you'd classify that as, but you guys really got it done right.
Yeah, see, that's a social program. Like, our healthcare is a social program. Like, I believe in, like, I'm not a socialist. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not a socialist.
Oh,
but
Red's in the chat.
I can't even see the chat because I'm still just hanging out through the Google Hangout.
She says,
Red's here. Oh,
wait, buddy. Before I log off, will you put in the Google Hangout chat a link to your channel so I can subscribe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, I believe in like social programs, not socialism, but social programs. Like, up here, I luck out in the city that I live in. Like, if you have mental health issues, you'd be lucky to be in this city because we have so many programs that help people with mental health issues here that are free, which is awesome. Not all of them are run by not all of them are run by the government. Some of them are nonprofit organizations, and some are just literally groups of people that get together, and they're what we call support groups. People that, like, I was sitting on the board of directors of one for a while.
Whether it's like oh God, crap! Give me 1 second here. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no. I think some social issues are fine. You know what I mean, and it's good. I just don't believe that in total socialism, where the government takes all of your money and it decides where it's going to go and what you're going to get. That's absolutely wrong. I believe that's what socialism is. I seen that. Thank you. I might be confusing socialism with communism. I never claimed to be the smartest brick in the fucking bunch. I'm just an asshole with a bunch of opinions. That's all. All right. It's 3:35 here. I should really go to bed because I'm gonna be uber grumpy tomorrow. I luck out tomorrow. My girls get to go with their mom. We split time 50-50, and starting tomorrow, luckily, is mom's time because I stayed up all night on stream tonight. So, but I again would like to thank you guys for having me on. I had a fucking wonderful time. I love the conversation.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Burnside.
You want to show your stuff before you go?
If you guys are out there, check out the band. My band's fucking YouTube channel, the Upper Deckers YouTube. The Upper Deckers, just like shitting in the top of a toilet. So check it out. We're dirty fucking Canadian punk band. So there, I've been chilled. All right. Since Burns on mute, tell him I said goodbye.
I will.
And if you're on Monday, I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. If I don't see you before then, have a good weekend.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Red, you up for hopping in here? I know you're just cleaning your room and listening. All right, well, for right now, you guys are going to hear me sewing because I'm waiting for Burnside to get back. I've been hearing you yawning, baby brother. It's okay, Red. Do you need to go to sleep?
I don't know.
Because it's like 2:30 your time.
Yeah, 2:36. Yeah, I might as well go to bed. See you later.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
How do I get out of this?
Hit the big red button. All right, well. Oh, Red, yeah, I know what you mean by I gotta clean while kids sleep. I gotta sew while my roommate's kid is asleep. Because otherwise it's like, Tara, I need this, or, you know, he's throwing a fucking fit and I can't stand it, and I'm trying to get him to calm the fuck down and he won't. Yeah, we were on the subject of kids earlier, and well, I'm not a huge fan of kids, and Burnside knows this, but he's actually made me want to have kids, Red. He seems like a decent person to have some with. Wednesday night, yeah, wow. Because you know how much I dislike kids. Wednesday nights is irate prostate. And you're talking about the minions, right? Or is it just yours? Your channel. I could probably hop in on Wednesdays because Discord hates me. And 10 Central, so that's 11 o'clock our time, my time. Discord hates me, so when they do Discord and OBS, it's constantly fucking with me worse than Hangouts does. And because Hangouts will kick me out, but I can get back in. But Discord, like, I can hear everyone else, and they can't fucking hear me, and it's all sorts of weird fucking sorcery and shit. So Wednesday, I'll probably come on by. Do you do it on Hangouts or Discord OBS? Waifu Hunter, I've heard of them. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's why Discord hates me, is because I'm on AT&T internet. I think I'd do better on Cox Cable, but my roommate used to work for Cox Cable, so she refuses to get it. So, Red, would you like to see the purses I've made? Here we have a Florida Gators purse. Nice white lining. We have skull candy or sugar skulls. Yeah, I hate it when that happens too. Like out in Old Town where I used to live, there were only two ways we could get the internet. One of them was a satellite internet, which barely fucking worked, and the other one was AT&T, and they stopped like not even a mile from my house, saying that, you know, it's too far away. And I'm like, it's not that far away. Got the sugar skulls. We got My Little Pony. My Little Pony has a pink lining with Velcro instead of snaps. I have little puppy dogs, and I have to re-iron in these. Let's do that real quick. Yeah. Just got to move that extra couple feet and you can get the better stuff. When I lived out in Hawthorne, if we lived, okay, we had AT&T at our house for our internet. But if we moved across the street, we could have Cox Cable. It was really weird. Is that an internet brand? Fairpoint? Because it doesn't sound like it's fair. Yes, yes, yes. We had the HughesNet when I lived out in Old Town. All right. There we go. Much better. So we have the puppy dog purse with puppy paw lining. And then we have the Star Wars purse with a snap in the white lining. Well, my back doesn't really like it when I sew. So I have to do it in intervals. Like right now, I'm just lightly doing some sewing because I'll be doing most of it tomorrow. I have 15 bags cut out to be made. I actually got bored with making garb for Amp Guard because it was all the exact same fucking pattern. I got tired of it. I was tired of using the same thing over and over and over again. Like, I'm already bored with making these purses, but you know what? They sell. If a chick hadn't had a family emergency, I would have already sold 3 of them. Yeah, 15 fucking bags. 6 of them are messenger bags, and the others are like the box bottom bags that I just showed you. And they actually sit up nicely on their own. Let me open up this one and show you. See, they sit up nicely on their own. A lot of purses don't do that. They'll topple over. But that's part to do with the lining and the type of bottom. See? Squared. That's why it's called box bottom. I also got tired of Amp Guard and their politics since I started getting called the Amp Guard slut. I slept with like 4 people there, and I knew people that had been there for years that were sleeping with that had slept with pretty much everyone there. And I'm the one that got run out of there. I was like, no, I'm never going back. No way in fucking hell. Oh, yeah. I fucking hate blanket bunnies. And when I went to leave, I pointed out first, I was like, you know, I'll leave. I have no problem leaving. You know, I did this mostly because it got me out and about and I got some sort of exercise. But before you start pointing fingers about, you know, Amp Guard slut, and I started actually pointing fingers, I was like, you slept with blah, 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 and blah. You slept with blah, 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 and blah. How do I know? Because you fuckers run your mouths. And you think I'm not listening. Because I'm watching after your fucking kids that I didn't even volunteer to fucking watch. All because I'm sitting there sewing by hand to fix a garb or something. And you're like, oh, so, you know, she really doesn't do Amp Guard. Let's have her watch the kids. They're not my fucking kids. I shouldn't have had to watch them. I wasn't even getting paid for it either. That was the main thing that pissed me off. Holy shit. I actually went to an Amp event, and I went with this, you know, teenage girl. And it was up in Georgia. And, you know, I promised her parents I'd keep an eye on her. I said, but, you know, if your kid fucks up, I'm not coming back with her. You know, I'll make sure someone else rides with her, though. And people started hating me because she started drinking and doing drugs at the event, and she got her. Everyone started hating me because I abandoned her. Well, you know what? Her parents knew that I was going to do this, and I called her parents while I was there and told them, okay, you know, remember I said if she screws up, you know, I wasn't coming back with her. Okay, so-and-so's riding with her and blah, blah, blah. And her parents were like, okay. But that was around the time people already started wanting me out of Amp Garden. To which I was finally like, okay, later, fuckers. By the way, the Shire is going to die. Because we were Kingdom of Neverwinter, and I don't remember the name of our little group. But I was just like, you know, this group is gonna die. Sure enough, a year later, fucking dead. And what killed it? Politics and blanket bunnies. Black Spire Kingdom. I think they actually came down one time to help, like, get rid of our king or some shit.
I'm back.
Finally, I was sitting here talking to Red and Only so that, you know, this thing was still going a bit.
Sorry for the wait. Went on lunch, used the can, did all that good shit.
All right, well, Red, if you want, you can hit me up on Discord and we can talk.
Ooh, what did I miss?
Sex and corruption, definitely. Oh, we were talking about Amtgard. And I told her how you made me actually want to have kids.
Yeah. It's something we talked about. Cause yeah, if we work out, marriage and all that stuff, naturally, yeah, I would like to have kids. And just like we told.
Burnside, my friend AJ said that she would be a surrogate.
Oh, nice. That's cool of her.
Yeah. He doesn't want me straining my body and getting sick or anything doing something like that. Because I literally jokingly said to her, I was like, what are you going to do? Be a surrogate? She's like, I'm offering. It's like, okay.
Well, damn. All right.
I was like, you're going to, because she's half black, half Puerto Rican. I was like, you're going to be carrying a white kid. She's like, my own kid's already going to be half black, half white. Well, a third, half white. What is it? Trying to figure out the numbers. Because she's half black, half Puerto Rican. So he would be like what, a third black and a third Puerto Rican, the kid? Something like that.
Matt's not my strong point, but yeah, if we work out, yeah, I'd appreciate it. As like we were telling everyone earlier, yeah, we're not dating right now, but we've considered it because we work pretty well together as people. We can be completely transparent with each other,
Yep.
You've got a personality I fucking dig,
And you like my Harley Quinn impression.
Oh yeah, that too. That is fucking hot as hell.
Oh, Puddin', you're so sweet.
And we'll see how we do together when we go to more. And in the off case we don't work out, we're still going to be friendly with each other, because in general, yeah. I'd rather not lose you as a person.
And I also mentioned how you and I had, agreed even if we didn't work out in person and, have a relationship, you said I could, to get out of Florida and try and, get someplace better, I could still move to Chicago with you.
Uh-huh.
At least temporarily until I can get my own shit going.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any trouble with it.
Have to make sure that you're not in a relationship so we could at least just share a room, because I like sleeping next to people. That's just my thing.
Yeah, and in general, it'd be kind of awkward if it's like, I would tell, whomever be my girlfriend, yeah, I'm having a buddy of mine from Florida stay with me. Oh, who is he? Well, it's actually a she. Yeah, like that wouldn't be awkward. Yeah.
I'm trying to read what Red's saying.
Hold on, let me check chat and stuff on my face here. Let's see here. Oh, Jesus. Surrogates don't factor in, so... Oh, Joy, so... For genetic code don't carry over or something or other?
Mm-mm. No, I was just... Right, I was talking about when she has her own kid with her husband.
Yeah, okay.
That kid would be half white, a third... Tried to figure out the math here. Like 2/4 Puerto Rican, and I guess another, I don't know, 2/4 black. I don't know the math.
Oh.
I mean, I can find out from my doctor. I see her Wednesday. I'm going to see if she can, run any tests while I still have the free insurance that I have. To see if I can still actually carry children or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can carry to term, I'll do it myself. I really don't want to carry a kid, only because, you know, I've watched the 5-pound watermelon come out of a hole the size of a walnut.
Mm-hmm.
Don't burn down YouTube with your cuteness.
Yeah. Although we're not, you know, completely jumping the gun, but it's like, it's one of those things that it's good to talk about, I'd say, in general. I mean, I wish I could be honest and talk about shit like this with most of the fucking women I want it running into.
Hey, at least I told you ahead of time, you know, that I've been told I can't carry to term, but doesn't mean I absolutely can't. I mean, for all I know, since I haven't had a ITP flare up at all since 2009, then I should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
She says, you don't remember the birth pain, otherwise women would never do it again. I had 4. This man wants at least 2.
Mm-hmm. At least 2.
I already have a name for a girl, especially if she comes out a redhead.
Yeah, we're gonna name her Red.
No. Clary.
Oh, cute.
It's from a book series I've read, Mortal Instruments. Her full name is Clarissa, but everybody calls her Clary. And she's a redhead. Like fire red hair.
Nice. Reminds me of my mother without the attitude. Yeah, that's a good thing. Was you know, we've gone and thought this over for both directions, and you know that's fine by me. You know, just see where shit goes, because like literally, the only reason, you know, we ain't dating now is, you know, after the last one I had, yeah, I'm just not doing long distance anymore. You know, for all the trouble I went through for those 2 years, it's like, motherfucker, I want them 2 years back, and I don't want to put through any of that effort with anyone else, because that was a colossal waste of my fucking time in the hindsight of it.
Yeah, and I explained earlier to anyone that'll be listening that, you know, that if we decide that we are going to date, at least until I can move to Chicago, we would have a long distance, but it would be open-ended on both ends.
Mm-hmm. Because that'd be like the only logical way to do it without winding up into, you know, the clusterfuck I just got out of not too long ago.
Yeah. Red says, LOL Burnside, don't curse the poor kid with my name. Give her a fighting chance.
If she wound up popping out a redhead, I'd probably name it after my mother. She wound up having this long fucking Swedish woman's name.
No. No, it's going to be Clarissa. Clary for short. I'm not giving her some Guggenheim name.
You don't want to give her a 3-part Viking name, huh?
No. Unless it's the wife from Vikings. What was her fucking name? But she was a blonde. Now I gotta look it up.
Goethe?
Yeah, I could handle that. Call her Gertie for short. But no, I like Clary.
Mm-hmm. Call her Cutie Pie. That's funny.
No. You can also watch on Hulu, and you can probably find it on something else. Shadow Hunters. You'll
season
learn.
out yet?
Of what?
Vikings.
There was supposed to be a season 5, but I have yet to see it.
Hmm.
But
yeah, I know.
Either that or I could go with an Asgardian name her Freya.
Hmm.
Name the boy Thor.
That would actually be really cool shit. My father would approve. Oh, he'd probably want to try and take him back to the home country to get him blessed and all that crap. Not gonna lie.
Only issue you and I would really have is like religion.
Yeah. My parents went all right with that, you know. Was they're like a combination of like Catholic and you know, Norse also true. Yeah.
I already dated a Catholic. I really don't deal with that. But you're not really religious, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, the Irish Catholic thing really just became a thing because when my parents came to this country, Greenwood was where they settled, and it's a completely Irish Catholic neighborhood. So we're like, oh well, you know what? We're just gonna run with this because they're nice people, anyways.
All right, I think it's time to call the stream. It's 4 a.m. my time. So, and I think he went to go do his rounds. Yeah, I know we can have faith without religion. All right, hit me up. Okay, you ready to show your shit, Burnside?
Yeah. The Burnside Film Project. You can find me on YouTube, BitChute, GabAI is the same name. I'm on Twitter as Burnside_bums. I'm on Redbubble as Burnside Film, or just look up Canadian Rebel Flag, and you'll be able to find all the stuff I'm making on there. On BitChute, we're moving the rest of the Backline series over there because YouTube's being a bitch with the copyright strikes, even though we credit all the work we use as far as music and shit. And I think that's about it.
And of course, I'm your hostess, Terra Sin. You can find me on IMVU, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and MeWe. That's MEWE.
I'll be on there myself soon.
And I also have an Etsy page, Roxy and Terra Craft, or Terra and Roxy's Craft. Excuse me, I'm kind of tired. I have wreaths on there. I'm selling purses as the name of the stream says. You were watching me cut fabric for purses, and I showed you all my purses. The messenger bags are $15. Or, nah, I might make them 12. And the regular box bottom bags are $10. So, you know, if you guys want any of them, hit me up on one of those things I mentioned, and we will see y'all later. Bye.
Later.